Hello, Craig.
Hey, Craig.
Okay, last we left the party, they had entered into the Spencer Artificer Tower. They had made it up to the second floor, walked through the living room, only acquiring one of the 4 magic items that were there. And I will note that as you open the far door of the living room, the brooms from the broom closet downstairs have walked up the steps and through the living room out into the hallway beyond. As you enter into the hallway beyond, it goes off in a horizontal direction, left and right. There are various paintings along the wall. There are doorways at either end of the hallway, and the hallway does branch off on the left side. I shall bring up a quick, crudely drawn map of the setup.
So where is the broom? Because Trevor had one of the brooms because he was sweeping shit with it.
Okay.
Went into the hallway.
In that case, the broom would try to break free of your grasp.
Trevor holds on tight to that broom. He tries to use it like a divining rod to point them at somewhere. He just kind of follows it.
Okay, make an athletics check to try and hold on to it. Alright, you rolled a 7, he rolled a 12. Yep, the brooms, let's see here. I do actually have stat blocks for these guys, just a sec.
Sorry, the brooms have stat blocks?
Yeah, they're animated brooms. That's why they're moving.
So do we all drop ourselves there?
So this right over here is the living room. You can exit... Sorry, one sec. This actually should be visible.
Yeah, no light.
Yeah.
It's just Ramirez and the void of darkness.
It defaults to the void of darkness, as from the get-go. And since I'm the DM, it just appears clearer to me, so I don't immediately recognize that. So, this room right here is the living room. You step out, you have the hallway, you have a room over here, and you have a room over here, and then you have a staircase leading upwards over here, and the brooms are going up the staircase.
Okay.
In the hallway right here, there are paintings along the hallway. From this room all the way across to that room, you have... let's see here. The paintings feature a gruesome werewolf under a full moon, a trio of gnolls fighting over a spear, a grinning beholder, 2 trolls sitting under a tree, 5 kobolds around a bonfire, 2 gelatinous cubes patrolling a dungeon corridor, and 3 dragons in flight. I shall put that in the chat for you.
Oh.
Are there? Can I check the paintings, like frames, for any kind of buttons or anything like that?
You can.
What is it? Okay. Perception.
Yep. You are convinced that there is no mechanic, magical, or otherwise behind the painting. Behind the paintings, they are just paintings.
Because I noticed there was a bunch of different numbers. So something has to be done in order, according to them.
Mm.
Are there in any particular order, or they're just?
So over here you have the painting of the werewolf, and over here you have the painting of the dragons, and they're going in that order. From your left to right.
Okay.
Okay.
And the broom are going away? The brooms are leaving?
Yeah, the brooms cut through the living room you were just in, went down the hallway, and are going up the staircase.
Hmm. Should we just follow them for now? Or do we want to explore the rest of the rooms and like meet up with the brooms later? With the risk of losing them.
For the sake of making the choice easy, if you go and check on the brooms, you'll see that there is a door at the top of the staircase that is closed. The brooms are unable to open the door, so they just deanimate and lean against the wall on the staircase.
Is the door open?
I'm gonna go check the upper room then.
No, the door is closed.
Like locked?
Is it locked?
Yeah, if you go check it, you'll see that it is unlocked.
Okay. And can we just like
Hold on.
open the door and see if the brooms reanimate?
Sure. You open the door, the brooms reanimate and start going down the hallway next, and then they turn down another hallway. If you proceed to follow them, it'll lead to another staircase leading upwards and another closed door, which they stop at.
Okay. Well, I guess we can at least...
Does it look the same? Does the hallway look the same, or is it like a different hallway?
It is a notably different hallway up there.
Okay.
Good thing that was on in German.
So the wait was there's a plenty good chance right now to look around while they were stuck.
Yes.
That was ignored. Well, they're further up at least, but they're there.
Okay. So I guess we can just like look around. I guess we go like south and then go back up, since it seems that it starts this way.
Okay. You look at this door right here. This is locked with a combination lock.
How many
numbers?
numbers available?
Apparently 7.
No, like how many? Like, is it a four number combination log? Is it like a?
It is a 7-number combination.
And we have 7 paintings.
Yes.
Okay. Then from south to north, we do what? Werewolf under the full moon. I guess it's 9 digits every time.
Yep.
Okay. So it would be 1,
1, 3, 1, 2, 5, 2, 3.
I guess.
What?
1, 3.
1, 3, 1, 2,
Oh, okay.
3.
And
That, I think.
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Right. That door opens.
Hey, what we got?
All right. You see another hallway with... Just a sec while I get the correct number of rooms. 4 rooms, 2 on either side. Right by the door, there is a little nook holding 4 keys. One of the keys has 3 teeth. One of the keys has 5 teeth. One has 6. One has 4. So you have 3, 4, 5, and 6. And as you check the locked rooms, above the handle, above the doorknob, is a picture of a bat, snake, spider, and wolf, respectively.
Bat? Sorry, what?
Bat, snake, spider, and wolf.
And what are the keys?
Yeah, 4
4,
keys.
5.
Each key has different teeth. 3, 4, 5, and 6.
3, 4, 5, and 6.
Spider and wolf. I assume each room is locked?
Yes.
Do the keyhole, like around the keyholes of each rooms, are there any iconography or anything?
On the keyholes above the so you have the key is with the doorknob. Above the doorknob are the pictures of those animals.
From left to right, order bat, snake, spider, and wolf, correct?
Yes.
And the numbers on the keys are 3, 5, 6, and 4.
Yes.
Heroes of Null, spider, and wolf.
It's how many letters are in each word.
Oh god damn it! I was thinking legs or.
I was on the leg thing too, and other stuff. Like,
Yeah, I was trying to do
They're
like thing, but I'm like,
they're literally already in order.
smart.
God,
So I guess 3 goes for the bat one, 5 goes for the snake one, 6 goes for the spooter, and 4 goes for the wolf.
Correct.
So smart.
we just put it in canon that Ramirez is over there drawing on the walls, writing out the words.
Me and Charlie.
Well, no, he's over there kicking dirt because you guys don't let him solve the puzzles anymore. He's just in the corner.
With good reason.
I still think this is all.
The escape
Excessive.
room person said that you are not supposed to use excessive force. Every puzzle is supposed to come up on its own.
I
Nothing is
heard
above
that.
6
I've
feet.
done so many escape rooms with my family. I've heard that so many times.
Jay.
Also,
Jay
okay.
has broken like all 3 of the previous.
I'm blaming that partly on Eric, just purely because I do better with visualization. So having it written down is much better for me, Eric. Thank you.
Okay.
But hey, I pull this cord and it pulls the blade back into the wall. I'm gonna cut the cord, even though there's a mechanic behind this.
Bad, whatever.
This
Well,
other
you
puzzle,
can-
yeah, we're just gonna slash it open.
Well,
so
this
now
one,
the
if you
question
tried the
is-
wrong keys, the 2 animated armors at the end of the hallway would have activated and tried to fight you. So, Jay saved you from a
I like-
fight.
I'm glad that I'm left behind. I feel like this is the right thing.
You don't have to eat your noodles.
I don't have to use my noodle.
Uh-huh.
I get to be in the basement, like, talking to a friend. It's a good day.
Yeah, meanwhile, they're just over there talking about botany and philosophy and while y'all are figuring out puzzles and things. Fluffy animals.
So,
What do you
going on
unlock in
about
the
that?
room?
So you unlock each of the 4 rooms. They seem to be simple guest rooms. There are slight different accommodations. One seems to be a little bit more dwarvish. One seems to be a little bit more elvish. The most notable thing about the rooms, I would say, is on the back of each door seems to be written a stupid joke.
Gimme.
On the back of the bat room, a man assaulted me with a glass of milk. How dare he?
Okay.
On the back of the snake door, I bought too many art supplies. I have an excess stencil crisis. On the back of the spider door, my teacher told me the compound had a positive charge. He was arrested for electron fraud. The guards are keeping an eye on them.
This one flies entirely over Lacan's head. Like, what the are they on about?
And behind the wolf door, people will be shocked when they find out I'm a terrible electrician.
Okay.
What? Electricity.
I mean, that's what you get for not
there anything
ground,
else
being grounded.
notable
when
about
you do
you?
activity.
Nothing wrong with being in the woods.
Okay. Is that it for this room?
I mean, if you just think that's it for that room, sure.
So,
Is there
there's
any,
nothing. What's
like-
else in the rooms? In the 4 rooms? There's the
Yeah,
joke
they
from the
seem
back
to-
of the door.
Yep. there's jokes on the back of the door. The rooms, as far as you can tell, seem pretty ordinary. You have closets, you have the beds, you have a few dressers and whatnot. Maybe they have a few noteworthy things, like maybe there's a chess set over there. Maybe there's a music box.
Ooh, music box.
Now, take a look at the music box. First things first, I'm gonna just if we read out the joke aloud and then laugh, I'll pick the dairy one.
There was hit.
Does anything happen if we laugh to it?
Not as far as you can
While
tell.
within the room. Okay, I'll pick the music box.
Okay, check the music box. Seems to be an ordinary music box.
So we twist it up.
Trevor, I guess, starts playing with some of the chess pieces.
Yep, they seem to be an ordinary chess set.
I would so make the eats the piece when you aren't looking joke if I was playing a different character.
This is why you're not allowed.
Personally, I would re-listen to the joke. I mean, I have no idea what Eric's thought process is with this, but I would re-listen to the joke for each individual room. It'll give you clues. That's what I think.
Just for the fun of it, can I cast Shocking Grasp on the doorknob of the wolf door?
If you have it, you certainly can.
Okay.
When you do so, the wardrobe pops open, and there is, for the sake of making this as quick and easy as possible, you find Nature's Mantle.
Oh.
One sec while I pull up the description for that one. Nature's Mantle. Wondrous item requires attunement by a druid or ranger. The cloak shifts color and texture to blend in with the terrain surrounding you. While wearing the cloak, you can use it as a spellcasting focus for your druid or ranger spells. While you're in an area that is lightly obscured, you can hide as a bonus action even if you are being directly observed.
I mean, I guess we give that to a druid.
Yeah.
Or ranger. It's up to you. You got both.
What was the dairy one? Can you put the jokes in the chat?
Yep.
First, the bat room was the dairy.
Yeah, so... No.
I think of what that would be.
Bad dairy, snake excess, spider, electron. Okay.
Like,
Can I
do we
try
have, like...
Shocking Grasp on the spider knob as well?
One sec. Just putting them down here.
Get an iron on there. Oh,
Excess.
iron maybe. Do we have shackles? Existential crisis.
Also,
I mean, that's your specialty.
ion is more like positive and electrical charges, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
I'm gonna try to kick the door. The dairy one, not hard, but just kick it.
Yep,
What?
nothing happens with that one.
Okay. Some more percussive problem solving.
Trevor draws a spider in the spider room.
Okay, just a sec while I double check to see which you get from that one. With that one, the top drawer of the dresser pops open, and you find a pair of magical gloves.
Ooh.
You did what?
One sec while I find the exact one. I did not pull that one over yet, just a sec. Need to find out what book I had that one from.
So we got the wolf, and we just got the spider.
What'd you do for the spider room?
Draw a spider.
Yeah, it says,
Yeah.
I bought too many art supplies. I have an existential crisis. So it was literally, that was the clue.
Oh wait, I guess it should have been a snake. But I drew in the art supplies room. I drew that animal. Is the gist of it? Yeah, arts and stencils.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, that's the snake room. So you still
That's
have
the snake room.
So you
Yeah,
still have
the
the
excess.
spider and the
Bat.
bat room.
No, hold on. Eric, was drawing a spider a solution for the spider room, or was drawing like a snake a solution for the snake room for the excess?
Well, the thing is, like, he would have drawn in the room that required the drawing in it. So,
Yeah, it was supposed to be the snake.
right.
So that was the snake run. Okay.
So we
Uh,
take a
so-
spider.
And that wolf done. We need the
Yeah,
spider in the box.
So the magical gloves, Hedge Witch gardening gloves. These leafy, long gardening gloves are adorned with enchanted vines that cinch its sides together. While wearing these gloves, you gain a +3 bonus to intelligence, nature, or wisdom survival checks made to interact with plants. In addition, the gloves have 2 magical bunches of herbs, one on each glove, that you can regrow daily at dawn. When you cast a spell that requires concentration, you can speak the glove's command word to consume 1 bunch of herbs. When you do, the herbs dry and crumble, duplicating the effect of the bark skin spell on yourself. This effect lasts for as long as you concentrate on the original spell, up to a maximum of 1 hour. It ends early if you remove either of the gloves.
Ramirez is not a nature ranger, so that's going to the druid.
Doesn't require attunement, so...
I was looking through spells. I will look at it in a minute.
Alright.
Okay, actually, I have a solution. I'm gonna cast Goodberry in the. Oh, a snake was already taken care of. Never mind. Fuck it.
Is there any glasses or any like cups in the bat room,
Yeah.
or like a bucket?
I'd say that you can find a glass in the bat room.
All right.
I'm
Ramirez will-
currently thinking that we might need to throw water out the door.
Fill it up with water and throw it on the door.
Yeah.
Ramirez will fill up from his water skin.
Alright, nothing happens.
Okay.
Can we throw it at the door?
You'll toss some water at
For
the door.
the bat and the spider, can you post the
He
jokes
did.
in chat?
Yeah,
He did.
Oh, I
Yeah.
only see the 2. For some reason.
that's because other people were posting stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, the bat room has a man assaulted me with a glass of milk cow dairy.
Oh, okay.
There.
And then
We've done the
the
snake, we've done the wolf.
Ramirez will hit the door with the cup itself.
Alright, nothing happens.
I moo.
In the spider room, is there any kind of like statues or anything, or like pictures?
No pictures. There is a bust of an individual.
All right,
What?
Trevor just locks eyes with the individual for as long as he can keep his eyes open.
I bust.
Okay, nothing seems to happen there.
Come on. Ramirez, we
Do
gotta
do we have
get into
cheese?
it. Ooh.
Do we have any cheese?
Probably
Do
not.
we like?
Are there TDs on it? If it's milk in there.
Cheese spoils easily, so even if you guys have rations, it would not be included.
Yeah. What else is in the bat room?
Just
Like there's
to make this go a little bit smoothly, you didn't check the other door on the other end of the hallway.
Here's another
Up
one.
north.
Yeah, the doorway up
yeah.
north.
Room.
Oh, north.
I forgot
Oh.
that.
What I was gonna go to.
I guess let's go check up there.
All right. When you check that door, there is a mechanism
I'm in
on it. It's a circle with 4 creatures depicted on it. So there's a circle which seems to be divided into 4 buttons. and each button features the picture of a different monster. The creatures are... a Displacer Beast, an Owlbear, a Basilisk, and a Manticore.
Do we see anything else around the room besides that?
Well, I mean, the door's locked. So you have the locking mechanism. You can assume that you might have to press one of those buttons to unlock the door.
Which enemy is the most manageable?
Owlbear.
Just in case it actually pops up.
I mean, but is it really? I guess. Yeah.
So a Displacer Beast, Owlbear?
Maybe
Probably
the
an
dragon.
Owlbear.
No, like on the 4 buttons, there's only a Displacer Beast, an Owlbear, and a Manticore.
And a Basilisk,
Manticore.
yes.
Oh, Basilisk. Okay.
Unless you have to do them in alphabetical order. So that would be Basilisk, Displacer Beast.
I don't try that quite
Manticore,
yet.
Owlbear.
So Manticore, Owlbear? I
Don't.
guess. Should we try pressing the Basilisk first, just in case?
I don't think we should touch any of them yet until we have a better idea.
Yeah. I don't want to die.
You have been
bravely.
punished for assuming stuff before.
Yeah. Maybe we have to
I
go
don't think it's
upstairs.
alphabetical.
I'll say for the sake of making this easier on you guys, you currently have access to everything you need to solve these puzzles on this floor.
On this floor.
Yes. Between this room, this hallway, and this area right here, you have everything that you need to solve all of these puzzles. The solution to these puzzles are not upstairs, nor in the living room, nor anywhere else.
Can I move the animated armors?
Yes.
I'm gonna move the animated armors into the spider room.
Okay, let's see here. The animated armors into the spider room.
Because they're guards.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's smart.
You hear something metal fall behind the dresser.
I'll go check them. Check it.
It is a +1 moon sickle.
Okay.
Let's see, Moonsickle. This silver-bladed sickle glimmers softly with moonlight. While holding this magic weapon, you gain a bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it, and you gain a bonus to spell attack rolls and the saving throw DCs of your druid or ranger spells. The bonus is determined by the weapon's rarity, in this case +1. In addition, you can use the sickle as a spellcasting focus for your druid or ranger spells. When you cast a spell that restores hit points, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the amount of hit points restored, provided you are holding the sickle.
You'll hand that off to Lacken. Okay.
This
There.
So the only one that's left is the dairy one, so the bat. A man assaulted me because to make milk. How dare? A man assaulted me.
Do we have salt?
Oh,
Salt?
throwing salt on somebody else?
Yeah, just with the salt.
Yeah.
I feel like jerky would have salt or whatnot. I don't have any cooking tools.
Do I have a component belt?
Are any of us cooks in the
Nope.
group?
I'm trying really hard to hold back my frustration on that puzzle right now.
Frustration that we're not solving one.
Yep.
Can I make like an int check or something to get a hint?
Sure.
Andy.
I'll use my inspiration on that. Nope.
So,
Wait, I was about to try again, but my character sheet is broken. So just give me a second reloading.
Okay.
I don't know. I cast minor illusion to make a little mini cow and go moo.
What
I
about
could
crying
summon a
over
cow.
spilled milk?
There you go. Milk it.
I could summon a spiritual cow, but it's a second level spell slot.
Uh,
Has anybody tried going in there crying?
So the thing is, Amanda salted me with a glass of milk. You tried water, and you tried salt. You didn't think maybe you should try milk.
Oh, we don't have to make milk.
You didn't have salt or cheese or any of that other stuff.
well, I figured
However,
it would be more
it-
likely.
You do have that other room that you still need to get into.
Yeah. That's what we're working on. That's why we'll...
Yeah.
I thought maybe we could get in the other room, or it would give us a hint. I don't know.
I've
Is
been
there-
working at the other door. I don't know. I'm trying to if we place them by size. I don't think it's alphabetical. I don't know about the monsters themselves for like.
No, but like, is there milk in any of the other
desert
rooms?
beast? Manticore
No,
can
there isn't.
fly.
There's a bust you can milk.
It could also be by number of letters or something silly.
There's no
we-
there seems to be no connection with the paintings.
Yeah.
Well, the paintings did give you a hint to unlock that door. They might give you a hint to unlock this other door.
But they're not in the. None of those things are in the paintings.
Correct. Might be something else.
Moon, spear, grin, tree,
Mm.
fire, dungeon or corridor, and flight. So
Okay, well, there's a few things. So manticores can fly, but they could also. Aren't they fire? Basculus? And so, if you're following
Do
that
the
logic, it would be the
sickle.
owlbear first.
we got the sickle that's like aspect of the moon. I have a spear. I don't know what the grin would be. A tree. Fire.
Is there anything behind the paintings if we pick them up?
Nope.
Hmm. Hmm.
What did y'all get in the snake room? Because wouldn't a basilisk be a snake? One werewolf, 3 gnolls, 1 beholder, 2 trolls, 5 kobolds, 2 cubes, and 3 dragons.
I like.
3 gnolls. Bat. Hmm. Bat is 3.
Twinkle, twinkle.
No.
Can't be that. Not.
5 kobold. Spear. Wildfire.
I got a thought process, but I'm not sure if it's true or thinking correctly. Okay. Displacer Beast, Owlbear, Ballista,
Oh.
and Mitochord, they're all from different areas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Okay. Well, werewolves, gnolls, beholders, they're all from like the systems they're from. I don't know why, but that's where my brain's going.
So we will need to group.
So, like, the beholder and the displacer beast, right? Wouldn't they be from the same area or same thing?
No.
Like, I'm trying to like draw. What do you call
Mr.
that?
Nature, where are all these things from?
I'll roll for it in a minute for character, but Displacer Beasts can be all over. They're usually in the forest. They're a wolf, magical wolf type.
So
Same with
they're a wolf.
owl bears. Owl bears are a wizard's fuck up. They're not even natural.
So a wolf,
Uh,
a displacer beast is like a wolf, right? Well, you have a wolf room, and you have the
Right.
one werewolf.
But there's not other good connections because, like, you got because we got owl bear. Where does that one fall in?
That.
We were going based off of like the topics. I was thinking maybe under the moon because owl. But
Yeah, like the
Owlbear.
werewolf.
The basilisk.
I did
was
like
not-
your
is
idea
the
of like the
same
bat
thing.
snake spider and applying that, but they just don't fit too well. Some of them do.
Well,
but-
the basilisk, if you remember in Harry Potter, is a giant snake.
a
Yeah, but
basilisk,
doesn't in D&D
basilisk
doesn't it have
in
like
D&D
multiple
is
legs?
more like a drake, I think.
Oh.
It's a big thing, isn't it?
Well, that would be with like the 3 dragons, right? On the bottom.
That's the dragon.
I
I
think
don't know.
it's a big desert like lizard snake thing. Not snake. You know what a drake is, right? It's like a wingless dragon.
Yeah, well, that's why
Yeah,
I
so, yeah,
associated
it's
with
all
the
the-
dragon situation.
Okay. But
And
they can't fly, meanwhile manticores can.
Manticore. Closer to.
Yeah, no, I don't get it.
I mean, we could try
Okay,
it
I'll-
at some point. We could just try something.
I don't see a connection between all of them.
I don't even know which one to go first. We go with the wolf first, Placer Beast, or if we go with the owl bear first, we're sitting to the moon.
You can roll for a hint if you'd like.
You do investigation.
What will we roll?
Probably insight.
Damn.
God damn, 15 with -1.
I'm gonna make an argument here. DM.
Yes.
It's actually a worse bonus, but raw int. Insight's usually for like reading a person, for like how they're moving around and you know.
For this
emotional
particular
things.
case, it is reading the person. You're trying to find a pattern in how this guy's designing his puzzles.
Okay.
With the guest room area, it was about the number of letters in the creature's name. Might have something to do with a connection of the numbers and letters with the names of the creatures in the paintings.
Hmm.
Oh, god damn it.
Two gelatinous cube.
Oh, I mean, we don't have a 4.
Hmm? The what was what?
Got a lot of 7-letter words. That one's not.
Yeah.
Out of all the creatures that are on the top room, only four can fly, correct? So, considering the only thing with wings on the painting, I guess that would mean that we press dragon in third place. And we have to take, like, which creature resemble like the things in the painting, and depending on the number, to press in specific order. Maybe.
So hold on. Our latest hint was connecting the number of words and whatnot, letters and names.
Mm-hmm.
This place.
There's some sort of correlation between the number and the letters in the names.
Number.
I don't know why, but I got the numbers 1312 because I didn't do the beast. I did displacer, and that's the letters. But then you got to do beast too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So yeah, 1312 is the first for the paintings.
Well,
And
yeah, I don't. For displacer, I didn't do the beast section. I just displacer, and it's the same as werewolf. Owlbear is the same as the dragons. The basilisk is the same as beholder, and Minotaur is the same as jail cubes. But beast, I didn't put that in there. I haven't. If you were to do that as two different numbers, that's the thing about the first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2,
if we combine displacer beasts and gnolls, it's the
I
same.
think
Hold on.
in order of the number of letters there are words.
Gnolls and beholders. Shit.
Because if you order them like that, that means Basilisk is 2, Manticore is 3, and Displacer Beast is 4.
Huh?
So, do you want to try that?
What order?
If you count the number of letters in each, like in the name of each creatures, you can order them by like order of greatness, which is like least letters, amount of letters in its name. Basilisk, like, then Displacer Beast if you like smoosh both of the words.
They have yet to do the paintings though. Carly, can you pop out what you were? So, on the Displacer Beast part of that you're working on, Charlie. If we're looking at combining two for the two words on the Displacer Beast, werewolf and gnolls combines in the same characters. Beholders and trolls does as well, though.
Yeah, that's the one I was having trouble with, but pretty much if we're going by letters, I figured out Owlbear, Ballistic, and Minotaur is just a displacer beast part.
Alright, do it in that order. Owlbear, Basilisk, Manticore, Displacer Beast. I don't care.
Okay.
Ramirez presses Owlbear.
You hear the door unlock.
Which
Oh
one?
my god, it was that simple. Are we dumbasses?
I
First
guess.
letter in werewolf is W. Third letter in gnolls is O. So on and so forth. You get this. Jumble those letters up. You get owlbear.
Oh, we got it right for the wrong reason. Yay!
Which is good, because if you press any of the other ones except for owlbear, you would have summoned up those monsters to fight.
Ah.
We
And the
literally
crazy
just got
part
lucky.
was that Brandon just wanted to press Albert, or who was it that wanted to press Albert because it was the easiest monster to fight? And would've got it.
Me!
It was
That
Jay.
was
you.
Would have got it right, and just by accident, because that was the easiest one to fight.
Yeah.
Once again.
God damn.
Yeah, I
it.
wouldn't have wanted to fight Basilisk.
No.
Okay, but we still
And
have the bad door locked, right?
We still have the
We
milk
still
door
haven't
unlocked.
unlocked the
So
puzzle in the bat/dairy room.
What's
correct?
behind
Yes.
the
Hold on.
door?
yeah, it's in
Oh,
this room.
milk.
As you open up this door, you see a dining room. At the head of the table is Spencer in the form of a hologram again. Behind him is another door, presumably leading to the kitchen. Spencer says, I was planning on serving some wild goose, but I'm fresh out. I have another dish that's as good, but what wine to pair it with? He turns to look at the door. I think that door would go great with some salad dressing. The hologram vanishes.
You have to knock.
You knock on the door?
Door would go great with
knock
some
on the door and you
salad
put
dressing.
vinaigrette on the door.
I'll go through the door.
I don't know how to feel about that.
You knock
There's a
on the
lock.
door to the kitchen opens.
Hey.
It was a
Fucking dude.
vinaigrette joke.
Hmm.
The one who knocks.
As you open the door to the kitchen, you do find a handful of magic items. You find a handy spice pouch, an alchemy jug, and because Brandon requested it, you find a Forge Keeper Spark.
Also, I guess we can make milk with the alchemy jug, right?
You might be able to. Double checking on that one.
We can make mayo.
Mayo.
At the very least, there will
Oh
be
my God,
milk in the
me
fridge.
too.
There is milk in the fridge.
I mean,
Yes.
what type of milk?
Okay.
Is it like 2%?
Doesn't fucking matter.
milk?
Take your glass, pour it in, and then throw it in the room. If it
No,
doesn't
this
work,
is
throw it at
important
someone.
lore questions, Eric. Is it
It is
skim
very
milk?
important.
Is it cow milk? Is it
It's
goat
whole.
milk?
Oh, okay.
It's like fresh
Is
from the
it
cow.
Minotaur milk?
Is it almond milk?
No, it's whole milk. There's whole almonds in it.
Yeah.
How did they milk the almonds?
I don't know.
You ask the barbarian and press it really hard.
Okay. Well, I assume these are being added to our thing.
Yep.
Noting not the.
See here. There's that. And let's see here. The Forge Keeper Spark.
Alright. Trevor's fastball
We-
special. That's a milk.
We can make wine with the alchemy jug. Ramirez is going to take the alchemy jug and make some wine and set the table with glasses of wine.
Alchemy
Okay.
jug summon a Frenchman.
What kind of wine?
What did the
Kingdom.
hologram say?
The door? What color's the door?
It is a brown wood door.
What type of wood is it?
Like a light
Okay.
brown?
Because
It
that
is a
will
light
determine what barrel the the wine was put in, and that will determine what type of wine it was. Some wild
yeah.
goose, but fresh out. I have another dish that's good. But what wine to pair it with? Ah,
Gooseberry wine.
wild goose.
Okay. Oh, take that.
I guess turkey. What will go well with turkey in terms of
But
wine?
he said he ran out of the wild.
Yeah,
something
so
else.
he said he has another dish that's as good. So I assume he has another like poultry base.
How do you know it's poultry? What if it's pork? Do
I
you
don't
think
know.
he cares if it's halal?
Is there any other meal that seems to be ready in the kitchen at the moment?
One sec. So,
he
as
said
you
that-
search the kitchen, because you do find those magic items,
Mhm.
you do find a bottle of white wine and a bottle of red wine. As for dishes, when you check the fridge, you find fish, boar, and turkey.
So
We
it's
drink all the
turkey.
wine.
No, white wine goes with fish, and red wine goes with like either. I guess in general, when
Boar?
you go for boar, like anything that's like
Red
hunted,
meat.
yeah, you go for red wine.
Yeah.
So,
The French.
so that means yes, that's the French knowledge like starting to speak. So I guess if we want to be safe, we put the boar and the red wine on the table, and that
Wait,
would be the best.
You eat everything and drink everything.
No, it's not how it works.
Let me just pour this wine into the bag of holding, not the glass, just the wine.
You just have wine.
I mean, so if it's just as good, I feel like you
Just
The
as good
turkey?
as wild goose.
As part of my noble's background, can I do like a I don't know what
WILDGOOS. S9
9 what
letter.
in wild goose?
Unless he's just doing goose.
Goose.
No, it's a wild goose, the kind you chase.
I heard that some prisons use geese as their security system because they will run down, like they're very territorial, so they will attack
Also
any
make noise.
prisoners that's trying to leave.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? You get back into your cell, like, yo, man, what happened? Yo, man, that goose. Couldn't get away. They're aggressive as shit, though.
only the alpha goose is aggressive.
So wait, and he said in the like there's fish, boar, and what
And
was
turkey.
the bird type? And
Fish, boar, and turkey.
So I guess we take the turkey one.
Well,
Is
he asked
the
for a
bird-
wine that pairs well with goose, right?
Yeah, we'll go for a red, but that's like French speaking. Like I don't know the logic behind the puzzle.
Wine person. Are all the dishes are in the fridge a certain color of wine pairing?
Theoretically, yeah.
It'd be red, yeah.
I'm thinking like if all the
Boar.
ones on the fridge are red, we should grab white.
I mean, I assume the fish would be like a lighter color, and boar and turkey. Like boar would be the darkest, and turkey would be the mildest.
wine pairings. I don't know.
But
much
then
about
again,
wine.
depends the sauce that you put in. So
That's the problem with that. Because all these could technically be paired with pretty much any wine, depending on how you prepare it.
You could pour both into a glass.
You have triggered the French.
I mean, generally, it's both
We make a
tasty.
rosé and call it a day.
I'm gonna walk back into the dining room, and where the hologram was sitting. Is there anything around there?
There's a plate and a glass for you to pour the wine into.
So in the plate, we put the turkey. In the wine, we pour the red wine.
Nothing happens.
Fuck.
Drink it. Eat it.
Yeah, Trevor drinks it.
Well, the glass is empty.
Pour a white
Well-
wine. some white wine.
Yeah.
All of it.
Nope.
Alright, he
Dressing.
drinks
let's
that
do
too.
Boar
it.
and
Hold
red,
on.
because they're both wild. Because fish aren't necessarily wild, and turkeys are
Alright.
domesticated.
Yeah.
Whereas boar is wild as well.
So it has to
Okay.
be red wine.
So it's boar and red wine, yes.
But he drank the red wine.
You act like there's
There's
more than
more.
one
You don't
glass
pour
in
the
this
whole bottle in.
Yeah.
Ah,
I doubt he downed in the entire bottle.
what's stopping him?
No.
Alright, so you pair the boar with the red wine. Nothing happens.
Fuck.
I guess the fish and the white wine.
Nothing
I'm
happens.
So glad I'm not here.
What?
Okay, now you're just coming up without reason. Hold on.
And then boar and white, but like,
Nope.
Is there room to combine the dishes?
Something you chase.
yeah, the boar.
You hunt the boar.
Yeah.
You don't chase down a boar.
Yeah, but if a turkey is domesticated, like you don't have to chase it much.
Okay, you were forcing it down to every combination of the wines and the dishes, and then you stopped when you only had one left and you didn't try that one.
What,
The fish and the red wine.
Yes.
God damn it, that makes no sense.
What is as good as wild goose? A red herring.
Oh.
Okay,
I don't get it.
Oh. Oh.
When you say wild goose chase, that means you're chasing something that's like.
Yes,
Razor
wild
lip.
goose, the kind that you chase.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hate you. I mean,
I don't hate him.
No, it's
that was
fine.
good.
I like Eric.
It's not linearly accurate, but that's smart.
No, that was so good. But I was racking my brain about like food pairings and like what
Yeah, same.
and I was just stuck on it.
the turkey and the boar were good ideas, in my opinion.
But you see, the thing is, that might be the solution to the puzzle if I were French. Instead, I'm an asshole.
No, that's not what I'm
Never
saying.
mind going forward.
Oh,
Got it.
no.
One thing.
In an alternate universe
You're
where Eric
actually
is French,
half
that would have
French.
been the solution.
Mm-hmm.
Look on Wolf's eye, go into the kitchen, grab some whole milk, and go back to the milk room.
Okay, just a sec. Because you eventually solved the puzzle that you could brute force in the dining room, the section holding the plate and the glass flip over, revealing a magical cat statue.
All that good wine and fish!
You now have an
Oh, you-
immovable cat.
Hold on. How drunk
Yeah,
is Trevor?
You just-
Oh yeah, he drank it.
You had like 3 or 4 glasses of wine.
Assuming he was brute forcing his way through that.
we tried every combination. So what's that? 8
5
combinations?
glasses of wine.
Yeah.
Okay, what's Trevor's constitution modifier?
Oh my god. +3.
Okay, so you would have been able to get through 4 before getting drunk, so now you have to start rolling con saves.
We didn't do 8. What we actually tried was we did the turkey with red and
We
white.
tried
so there's
5
2.
in total.
We did boar with red. So that's 3. And the fish one was tried next, and that worked.
Now you definitely
have
tried the
3
fish with white.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. This is very easily a grid situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, we have 2 wines and 3 different foods. That's 6 possible options, and we did
Right.
all 5 first.
Yeah.
Yep,
Well, I
so
guess
he
you would've
would
done-
need to make a single con save.
Okay.
Trevor's drunk.
Yeah, you're fine.
He just hiccuping a little bit.
Keep those bottles. Okay.
So, real quick, the immovable cat. This life-size marble statue of a cat normally weighs only 1 pound. You can use an ability to speak one of its 2 command words while holding it, causing the statue to spring to life. The first command word causes the cat to immediately lie down and seemingly go to sleep. A creature within reach of the cat can use an action to make a DC 30 strength check, moving the cat up to 5 feet on a success. The second command word causes the cat to run toward and pounce on a target that it can see within 30 feet of you. The target must then succeed on a DC 15 strength save or be knocked prone and restrained by the cat. The cat then lies down on the target and seemingly goes to sleep. A creature within reach of the cat can use an action to make a DC 30 strength check, moving the cat to the nearest unoccupied space on a success. The cat returns to its normal weight, sits up, and ceases to be animated when you speak its command word again, using an action even if you aren't holding it. Only the creature that first spoke the cat's command word to animate it can end the effect by speaking the command word again. Even if another creature speaks the word, the cat does not respond to it. While animated, the cat has an AC 15, 20 hit points, resistance to all damage. If the mending spell is cast on the cat while it has at least 1 hit point, it regains 2d6 hit points, blah blah blah.
We can save you the cat statue.
Yay!
See here, you go back to the room with the milk.
Yes.
Send the cat down to her to tackle her.
As you enter the room with a glass of milk, which is all you had to do, the closet springs open and you find Fey-touched armor.
God damn.
Why are you touching me?
Let's see here. Where
Why
did I
did
put
Faye
that
touch
Fey-touched
you?
armor? Damn it. One sec while I find where I put the Fey-touched armor. Okay, so Fey-touched armor. And the exact type you find will depend on who wants the armor. While wearing the armor, you are immune to the Fairy Fire spell, and other creatures have disadvantage on any check made to discern a disguise you are wearing, such as Mundane Disguise or the Disguise Self spell. If you are a Fey or have the Fey Ancestry trait, you can use an action to cast the Disguise spell Self from the armor while wearing it, DC 13. The spell ends early if the armor is removed. Once this property of the armor has been used, it can't be used again until the next dawn.
Is it actual armor?
Yes.
That's what I thought. I can't even use it.
I would like to propose something based off of the lore that Eric has made. We give
Yes.
it to Gazril because goblins and hobgoblins have Fey ancestry.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah. But then
Okay.
you'd be too powerful.
Give it to me.
Woody, though?
No.
What type of armor is it? Is it like light?
It
medium?
depends on who wants it.
Oh.
Yeah, I would say if Gazril's getting it, it'll be studded leather.
Just keep it in the bag for now and see what happens later.
We don't have a bag of holding. That was a joke.
Oh. Keep it in your bag for now.
I mean,
I guess Gazril's getting it if no one else wants it.
Yeah.
I'm not Fey touched. Now, if this was Johnny, I would argue, but I'm not playing Johnny.
Yeah, and I'm going for scale mail, so fine.
I'm not there.
Are you Fey touched?
I don't know what
Or-
that means.
Do you does your ancestry comes from the Feywild?
We don't do incest.
No,
It's a cat.
I'm cleaning up a mess for my cat. Good, I'm still listening in. I don't really mind who takes it.
Yeah, just give it to Gaz.
Gassy.
So, we'll also throw this out there. There was one other puzzle in the kitchen that I didn't want to burden you with by confusing you by throwing it out in addition. There was a locked box in the kitchen that had words written across the top, with the exception of one of the words, which was replaced by a dial that had letters on it. The phrase spelled out, "Fish don't fry in the kitchen, blank don't burn on the grill.
How many letters in the dial?
8.
Sausage.
I don't see why not.
Because it's not 8 letters.
It's beans. It's beans. It's fish don't fry in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. It's from the Jeffersons. Y'all never seen
Couldn't
that?
Alright.
remember. Yeah.
Beans. You don't have to. I guess you don't have to use all the letters.
Correct. There was also 8 spaces, not only as another red herring, but also because it had multiple answers available, such as cat feet. Because toe beans.
Two beans.
Ah.
That's funny.
Thank you.
I don't get it.
What's in the box?
What's in the box is a magical little bell. Which, let's see here, can I show it to the players as an option?
Does it summon a cat?
Can I have
No,
it?
it's someone's beans.
Can I have it? Soybean?
Bean bell.
Well, I'll configure ownership real quick to make it observers. It is the bell of... This golden bell has 9 charges and regains 1 die 6 plus 3 expended charges daily at dawn. You can use a bonus action to ring the bell and expend 1 of its charges. When you do, the bell emits a soft, tinkling chime, and a swarm of cats magically appears in your space. Treat the swarm as if it were a swarm of rats, but the AC is 12 and a +2 bonus to saving throws. You can verbally command the swarm on each of your turns, no action required, which takes its turn immediately after you. The swarm remains for 1 minute or until it is reduced to 0 hit points, at which case the cats disappear in a small cloud of fur. For the duration, you can use a bonus action to ring the bell again without expending any charges to cause the swarm to magically return to your space, provided it's on the same plane of existence as you, and regain 2 die 6 hit points. The swarm trait doesn't prevent it from regaining hit points in this way. A medium or smaller creature other than you that starts its turn in the same space as the swarm of cats must succeed on a DC 15 saving throw or be knocked prone. If a creature falls prone in this way, the swarm can immediately use its reaction to make a bite attack against the target. Alternatively, while holding the bell, you can use your action to expend 1 of the bell's charges to cast the Speak with Animals spell from it. This version of the spell only allows you to communicate with cats or similarly feline creatures, even if they aren't a beast, such as a lion, griffin, or a chimera. The spell ends early if the bell is no longer on your person. You gain a +5 bonus to any wisdom, animal handling checks, or charisma check you make to interact with such creatures for the duration of the spell. If you expend the last charge from the bell, roll a d20. On a 1, the bell ceases to make any noise when it's rung and loses its magic.
You gotta give it to me.
It's the bell. Pss, pss, pss.
No, you gotta let me have it.
It's the bell. Pss, pss, pss.
You can do it. Right, Roxy? See, Roxy agrees. That's right, Roxy.
Do you
I
want
was
the bell?
trying to find a gif about the moving on up thing, and I can't find one that actually says beans don't burn on the grill. Yeah.
Now, see, Charlie, is stuff like that is why I said that you're allowed to add in on this one, because no one else would get that reference.
Yeah, I was
We're all
aware
children.
of it, but yeah,
Holy shit,
I didn't
that's
watch it. It was before my time.
Mm.
Oh, I forget y'all so young.
I mean, it was on reruns on TV, but I didn't really watch it.
My mama
Oh,
loved that
okay.
show, so yeah.
How old is he?
I know that theme song like the back of my hand. When I first heard it, I didn't realize I was muted, and I was sitting there singing it to myself. And then realized I was muted and nobody heard me. I was like, oh, that's why they don't know. Let me unmute myself.
How old is
All right. So with that one, I believe you have successfully taken care of everything on this floor. Congratulations, you have avoided getting into any fights.
Yay.
And no
Next
magic items
room.
were lost or destroyed. Except for the living room. Anyway. Party proceeds up to the next floor. Along the way, you find a single portrait on the wall. The portrait is titled The Merchants Guild's Assassin. It features a blonde woman sitting on a throne, overlooking ponderously at the murdered body of a king. I'm going to say, Rykard, because of your backstory, you recognize that blonde woman. That is Mitria Delmanive.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. This woman needs not to be trifled with. Needs to be respected, and she calls the shot. Goddamn. Do we know who the king is, or is it just like a random, like, faceless king?
That one you'll need to roll a history check on. And you can do so with advantage. Rykard
Yeah.
specifically.
History plus 5
I'm not-
advantage. 25, let's fucking go. It's a 20.
Yay!
Yes, you know that is King McFleetwood of the Kingdom of Fleetwood.
Could never.
Last name Mac.
I assure you, everyone involved in the murder of King McFleetwood is a Fleetwood Mac reference, yes.
So is it like she has a whole hallway for herself?
Well, there's also the staircase leading upwards, and there is another door there, but I didn't think you'd want to get past this particular puzzle.
Yeah. Is there any chairs around? Or any, like, furniture?
Yeah, there's a chair, like, on the opposite side.
Can I sit on the chair and look at the portrait?
Yes, you do so.
Like, can I assume the same pose as Mitria on the...
Yep, you do so.
Nothing happens?
Nothing
Oh, but you
happens.
look cool.
Slay!
Yes. I need somebody to play the role of the king. Lay at my feet.
Trevor's
Quickly, someone
like,
do the Peter Griffin death pose.
Yeah. Trevor's a little buzzed, so he agrees and lays on the ground.
Nothing happens?
Nope.
Okay.
Sorry. My Fleetwood Mac just came out.
What else could we do? She's at the head of the Merchants Guild. Does the painting sit above a sort of like desk or furniture?
No, it does not.
Is
And
there
it's also
anything but-
pretty low to the ground, relatively speaking. It is a bit of a larger painting, but even so, since it's hanging a bit low.
Trevor gets up and tries to like straighten it and raise it.
Can you tell?
As
the
you do
painting
so,
lies?
the paint lunges forward a little bit with tendrils and starts to try and grab you.
Oh, it's a mimic paint.
Oh, we're having a paint
It's-
like an arc we're going the painting.
No, guys, this is Super Mario 64.
I was just. It's like, damn, it's like Mario.
It's
Bye,
this would be
Trevor.
The DS version, though, because Mario's in here, but all the other random characters are.
Okay, probably shouldn't let Trevor get absorbed into the painting.
He's accepted it.
So Trevor doesn't resist it.
No.
All right,
What?
Trevor gets absorbed into the
Save
painting.
the princess.
Shit. I was hoping it was like the Harry Potter vines.
You okay
Oh.
in there?
So
Help.
what Trevor see? Nope, they don't hear Trevor's voice. Trevor, what you
Yeah.
see is you're in a throne room. You see Mitria sitting on the throne, looking ponderously at the king, who is dead on the floor, and opposite Mitria is the main doorway, and someone sounds like a group of guards are trying to beat their way in.
B.
Is this like, can I do a perception check or something to see if it's a vision? Or what do you think this is?
This floor seems solid enough, so all this seems real enough.
So it's pretty much the exact same from the painting, right? What I'm seeing.
Yes. Yep.
Do I notice any differences between this and the painting?
Based on what you can see, the site that is before you looks similar enough to what is in the painting depicted, but the thing is that now you have the full scope of what the room looks like.
So there's guards knocking on the door. Which
Yes.
door?
So let's say, for example, that here, I'll because you're already in the room. So you're right there. I'm going to use this Displacer Beast token to represent Demetria. And I'll use this token to represent the Dead King.
You should have imported a PNG of Peter Griffin.
And then what? They're like knocking over here or something.
Yes.
And so is there a door to the hallway that we just... There is a door, right, to the hallway we just came in?
No, you're in a completely different area by yourself. The rest of the party's not with you because they didn't get absorbed into the painting.
I opened the door for the guards.
They bust in. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Why didn't you try to talk to Mitra?
Okay, you duck out of the way as the guards rush in. Mitria looks up at the guards. Oh, well, time for plan B. She immediately runs to the window and jumps out of it, grabbing hold of the curtains, wrenches them down from their place, but it holds her in place well enough that she's able to safely exit out the window. With that one, everything goes blurry, and you are immediately spit out of the painting.
Octo.
I guess I get up and wildly describe the situation. Like I was transported into the painting. Guards were trying to arrest her, so I allowed them in, and she fled, and the world crumbled around me.
Regicide.
What is that?
Killing.
Did anything change after he got spit out?
How nice.
Nope, nothing about the painting changed.
What about the room?
The what?
What about anything in the room?
Nothing in the hallway changed for you.
I ponder then if we should be ones holding the guards off. If that's a solution.
I mean, Mitria seemed to have escaped from the window while holding onto the curtain. Should we try like repel ourselves out of the window with the curtain?
How about talk to Mitra? Has anybody
How
tried
about
that?
looking down the curtain first?
Yeah, like, is there
Consider
any
that we-
curtains next to the window?
Have y'all tried to talk to Mitra herself?
Nope.
First,
Trevor has not tried to talk
curtains?
to Demetria. And
there
apparently
any
no one else
curtains?
wants to either.
I would think somebody would want to talk to her and see what's up and why she's sitting there over a dead king. And I'm just saying, like, somebody needs to get reabsorbed, I suppose.
I mean, did we see Trevor get absorbed or no?
You
Yeah.
heard him.
Okay.
And
And
then
he
he
told-
told you. Yeah. He told you
Okay,
what he
yeah.
did so somebody else could try something else. Since he tried to open the door, maybe one of y'all could go in and talk to Mitra. And then if
who's
that
our best
doesn't work,
talker?
Opens the door and like, she's over there.
I guess
She's downstairs, right?
Down there. Snitch on.
Snitches. I don't know.
I guess Trevor will
Yeah.
go back in.
I'm confused to what to...
But he's
What
scared
the
that like she might recognize him or something.
Find out now, won't we?
All right, if Trevor wants to go back in, he pops back in. It is the exact same scene that you saw the first time when you first popped in.
He approaches Mitra and asks what happened there, and tries to convince her, like, if you have a good reason behind this, I'll help you escape. I'll hold off the guards.
Appreciate the offer, but I have an escape plan of my own. That's plan B. In the meantime, I'm trying to figure out who murdered the king and how they did it in a way that set me up.
What did he say?
Nice to meet you.
I
Guess
asked for
we're
all the
talking like dumb
information
shit.
he knows on how he was killed, like what the means was, and like what time frame, any possible suspects.
I'm afraid such knowledge of medicine is currently beyond me. I will make a point of studying it after the fact, but for the meantime, as far as I can tell, it is that dagger that's sticking out of his chest.
Take
Trevor
the dagger.
turns around, ponders, for a second, says, "I see," and takes it and like
Investigate
inspects it.
dagger. Yeah.
Yep, you exit you remove the dagger from the chest, you inspect it. It seems pretty ornate. Bit on the fancier side. Not the kind of thing a commoner would typically have.
Can I do like some kind of check to see if I would know like what kind of craft, like where it was made, maybe?
Yeah, that'll be an investigation. It's definitely of human make. That's as best you can tell.
Now I want to take a look to the dagger, see if I recognize like which noble family would have that. Can I enter the
Trevor-
painting after he goes?
Trevor throws a rope out, like ties on a full rope and throws it out the window, and like does finger guns and says, "Here, so you don't have to fuck up the curtains."
I appreciate
So you can
that. So yeah, real quick, when Rykard pops into the painting, he pops in, he sees the exact same thing I described, except Trevor's not there.
Oh, so I'm in a different version of the painting alone in there.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll let Trevor finish his and then we can move on to my scene.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess after I tie off the rope, he just kind of gets out of the painting.
How?
Well, I guess he opens the door and tries to kick the door in from the other way to like hold off the guards.
You could just use the opportunity to try and solve it. Instead of ending it, may as well try and solve it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't have any other ideas.
Investigate the room.
That's true. Do I see any, like, can I search for any hidden pathways or something that might have been used to sneak in and out of the throne room? Because he'd probably have, like, secret escape tunnels that they might have known about.
Make a quick investigation check.
Go -1.
You start thinking about how you're going to escape from there, realize you don't have a means of escaping. Eventually you come to the idea of like, I should check around for an escape tunnel. And as you go to start investigating for an escape tunnel, then the guards kick down the door. She says it's time for plan B and jumps out the window using the rope this time. Everything goes black. You and your rope are spit out of the painting.
With the dagger?
Land on the finger. Yeah, I checked for the dagger.
You did not take the dagger with you.
Okay.
Real quick, now we'll come back over to Rykard.
Okay. Hello, Ms. Delmedive. How did you manage to get yourself in this situation?
I was told by some guards that the king wanted to see me, but as soon as I entered the area, I found the king dead on the floor. And I immediately heard some guards clambering up the steps. Clearly they have been reported, so I barred the door to buy myself enough time to try and figure this out and prove my innocence. Quite curious, though.
So could possibly the guard that like made you enter here have set you up, and like at the same time he looks at the body and see like how he died? Because from what you said here, the body is pretty far away from the throne room, correct? Like from the
Yes.
throne itself.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So like as he says that, he just like moves up in the middle, inspect the body. I guess investigation check.
Yep.
23. That's an at 20.
So, assuming that the guard was telling the truth, the king could not have died that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Probably mere minutes ago. However, he looks like he's already been dead for a day.
Yeah. that's what I
Something
thought.
about him looks like really off and like discolored. Like he definitely
I
has an
will
unhealthy
also-
glow to him.
Oh,
I'm also
was
going
he
to point out the
drained?
guards knew already. It had already been
No.
reported after she was brought in.
Can I check for bite marks?
It sounds like
With the
instinct,
investigation check, you find no bite marks.
Fuck. Okay, so I just tell that to Mitria, like, yeah, it looks like he's been dead for at least a day now, so either he has not been seen by other people since then, or whoever, like, the killer probably impersonated the king until now and just used you as a scapegoat.
Doesn't seem likely. I definitely spoke to him a mere 2 hours ago, and while I may not be confident enough in my ability to examine a dead body, I do feel confident in my insight. So,
And that
if
was the
that
king?
truly was a shapeshifter I was talking to, they're very good at what they do.
Well, do you know of any ways that killing someone would also drain them of life and potentially set them back like a day in the past?
Unfortunately, my medicine skill is not quite that good. Again, I will make a... Well, I say again, she would say, I
Yeah.
do intend on making a note to study medicine when I get out of this.
Okay. So like the death, what's it called? The death reason does seem to be the dagger in the chest. Like it doesn't seem to have been made post-mortem.
As far as you can tell, the dagger to the chest does have a lot of blood around it.
Okay.
Very
If I-
presumably the means of death. So, yeah, with the 23, I'd say that will peek enough into medicine enough that you would be able to say, okay, that's very probably the cause of death.
Okay.
If that was stabbed in
out,
afterwards, there'd be less blood.
okay. Yeah, it makes sense. If I pull it out, does it feel magical?
It definitely is not magical.
Okay. So it's just
Shortly after you pull it out, the guards kick in the door. Plan B, out the window, you get ejected.
Fuck.
The dagger
I
was
get
definitely in your hand when you got ejected. However, it is not in your hand when you're outside the painting.
Okay. So yeah, I reconvey all of what happened to the rest of the group.
Could I say that Trevor remembered the dagger good enough to like minor illusion it for everybody else to see?
Make a quick history check.
So that's like a
So
regular one.
you think you do, and then you create it, and Riker's like, no, that's
not it.
not even remotely close.
Yeah, I draw like a stiletto style dagger.
Yeah. Yeah, with so Riker actually was holding it, so if Riker could make a quick history check.
Okay. 15.
Yeah, so he's able to accurately like
Describe
guide
it.
you around like recreating the illusion of the dagger.
And I guess I ask anybody like if they would know where like this could have originated from, or like what kind of village. Like the details seem very ornate. So they may trace back to something.
Yeah, does it look like there's any crest of any families or anything on it? Like any ornate thing that might distinguish the dagger as belonging to some family or region, potentially?
Anyone who wants to can make a history check. Rykard, because of your knowledge of nobility, you can make it with advantage.
Yeah.
Don't think I would know.
14. Fuck. Not great.
All right. I'd say with a 14, you can presume it would be because of the ornate make and it just being in the area. You would assume that it would actually be of noble make. Probably from the Fleetwood family, the McFleetwood family, but you can't be certain on that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm figuring. So it's like some kind of inner betrayal.
Okay, if they were framing Mitria, though, it's probably one of her blades, the family blades, something that was there. It's likely not anything that would tie it back to someone else.
So I guess we could go back in there and ask Mitria if she knows of anyone that would want to take the spot of the king, potentially.
Hold on. I assume you relayed the information you guys got from your talks? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, she mentioned that the king wanted to see her. He's been dead for no more than 2 hours, based on what she saw. Feels like it's been longer. So there is some weird effect there, but ignoring that effect for now. A guard sent her to the room where the king was already dead. And shortly after, without anyone doing anything, all the guards started storming it like it was already reported. Mm-hmm. There was some form of inside job. Someone was in the guards.
Yeah, or like in command or such.
Or just impersonating a guard. But a guard killed the body and alerted the other guards to storm the room shortly after putting Mitria in there. And that, right?
I mean, for who? Like that's definitely an inside job. The question is like, do we know for sure that it's the guard that brought Mitria in? Like,
she said that.
Yeah, but basically,
the guard said that the king needed to see her. She went to see the king. The king was dead.
Yeah, but think about it. It's like a guard's job to like filter in people who wants to go in and out or like see the king. So unless they assumed or made it clear that they had contact with the king in order to allow Mitria to see him, I assume they would just like accompany them, like accompany whoever is authorized to go see the king up the stairs and then just like leave in front of the door and then like just go back. So but like I assume they would see to having Mitria go inside and they're like when opening the door they would see the body. So
I mean that's still plausible. Don't get me wrong. Great.
Yeah, no, but that would definitely be like the guards that would be implicated at the very least to some extent. The one that brought her there. Okay.
I don't know much about these nobility things, though.
So do you want to go in and see if you can like get a different eyes view on the situation?
Sure. At least he doesn't know much about nobility and shit. He's a druid, man. This is a nature man. Maybe he'll try it. Is there a plant in that room?
Not from that angle, but the painting doesn't exactly show a good chunk of the room.
Fuck it, we're going in the room. We might go ask a plant what happened.
There's a houseplant on the side.
A fly on the wall.
There's like 2 shrubs next to the door.
Join me inside.
It's actually really weird though, because speak with animals is no longer speak with plants and animals. But I have my acorn necklace. That I think allows me to communicate with some plants. Is speak with plants an actual spell now? Like, are they separated out?
Might be.
Just a sec. It's a 3rd level spell. Yeah, that's a fucking shame. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go in.
Okay. You go in. You see the exact same scene that I've narrated to everyone else. What are you doing?
Is there a plant in the room?
All right, so as you're actually taking the active action to look around, you do see that there's the windows on this side, door on that side, throne over here, and there seems to be like a countertop with a bunch of objects strewn across it, one of which is a very fancy looking flower.
I will inspect the flower. Is it magical, or is it like just like an actual plant that was pruned? As a herbalist, would I know what it is?
Yes, you can make a nature check with advantage. This would be a flower, definitely not from Trasm, which, considering you're not familiar with the name, the McFleetwood family, that would probably be an indication that it's from a different continent.
Okay, I will present it to. I'll walk over to Mitria. Do you know this flower? Yes.
Ah, yes, that's the gypsy flower. It is native to far western Shalgal, which we are in right now. I believe they make it in a perfume in the local area.
You have masked the death.
Sniff the king. Is he wearing perfume?
You know, funny enough, I had not thought to smell the body.
We smell the body.
Yep. The body doesn't smell of perfume. It doesn't really smell at all. So the thing is, it looks worse than it smells. So he's not in an advanced state of decay.
Huh.
Does he smell like?
No, but does that
Not
mean that
advanced.
he has been magically altered to look that bad?
Having not even asked her like what's going on, like he just immediately looked around for a plant and then grabbed this flower and was like, "Hey, do you know this flower? Have you considered yet that this is an inside job for one of the guards?"
She says, the thing is, King McFleetwood actually was a very capable warrior. I don't think a guard would have been like so upfront about it to be able to stab him from the front. It probably would have been someone else he knew, someone more personable, like maybe the prince did it, possibly the queen, someone who he really trusted. I don't see how
been
the guards
poisoned.
necessarily would have such an easy time getting hold of the royal dagger like that. It doesn't seem to add up.
Is there a drink somewhere?
Does someone have
you-
detect magic?
You do
It-
not have
it
it.
could
You do not see a
literally-
drink. You do not see a drink, and as you start looking for a drink, the guards bust in and you get kicked out of the painting.
Okay.
It could
I
literally
will-
just be false life.
I will point out
May-
what I have found. Yes, it seems probably that the body was altered to look that way. What were the other items on the table?
Make a quick history check with advantage. So you saw things like an ornate sword, a music box similar to, I say similar, but it's just another music box because you've already seen one previously, just downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be a slew of gifts for the king.
Oh, another thing that I point out. He also was some capable warrior, so this is definitely a surprise. I completely consider foul play. Perhaps poison of some sort. The flower that I found is used in perfume. Be used to mask the attack of something, some either poison or the presence of someone.
Or maybe to hide the fact that he was already dead.
No, it was clearly
What if
said
they,
that
like,
you talked to him 2 hours ago.
Couldn't they?
Could have been used to
What if
mask the
they?
guards, though.
Like, what if somebody animates somebody? Like, could they pretend like that animate was alive? They didn't look all fucked up.
The thing is, that would be a very high level spell.
I mean, yeah. Thinking the flowers maybe to hide the spell, the decaying body.
But there is no smell. Which is weird.
Oh my god. I see magic.
It's almost
Is
like
it-
he's not dead. There's spells like
It's
false life that makes him appear dead. It could just be a way to fake his death.
I mean,
I kick Ramirez into the painting.
Wake
I
up.
don't.
when I removed the dagger from him, like it clearly seemed that it was like properly embedded in there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They get to
Yeah,
like
so-
pull it out.
Even if he did have the false life spell on it, that dagger would have absolutely killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in a lethal spot.
Yep.
Oh, I guess Ramirez is in the painting. First thing he does is he's just gonna conjure cover to barricade the door a bit more. That's like solid rock covering the door at this point. 18 inches thick.
What door?
And he's gonna go. It seems that there has been a murder. Now I have no clue where we are, and I have no clue who you are, but according to my friends who have been framed,
We are currently in Western Shalgal. I am Mitria Dilmaniv. Who are your friends?
do we have a party name?
Yeah, you've been calling
Vital
yourselves
Few.
the Vital Few for so far.
They call themselves the Vital Few. I don't know anything about assassinations. Who would have even set you up for this? I guess I'll do a perception around the room.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You see the gifts previously mentioned. You got the windows. If there's anything specific that you're looking for, that's one thing. But I've given you pretty much a good description of what's in the room so far.
Yeah. It typically you stab people in the back. He could have stabbed himself. Are his hands bloody?
They are not. Well,
Okay.
actually, they would be, but they're more indicative of like the blood that could possibly like as he's clutching at where the stab wound was.
Oh,
yeah.
there's signs of struggle.
That will require an investigation check. As
Oh.
Ramirez is looking around, Mitria will explain. Well, the prince was in an argument with him. In such situations as this, normally the vizier is the one stabbing people in the back. The king did not have one. He did have a court magician, but this whole thing seems a little bit mundane for him. There's also possibly the queen. Little did they know that she's actually been in a bit of a relationship with the Knight Buckingham, but that's another issue. Sorry, I'm still confused about your friends, the Vital Few. How do they know about any of this?
This painting isn't real. It is a photograph of a memory.
It's not real.
You're telling someone they're
Well,
not
I-
real?
Mitri takes a step up, and like the guards actually would have broken through the door, but now they're stuck at the barrier. And she gets up and she starts walking around. This is a simulation. I'm in a simulation. This has already
ahead.
happened before.
Yeah.
I
Well, I mean,
see.
I guess.
And you're able to freely come and go out of this painting.
It seems like whenever the guards break in, but I have delayed them with the wall.
So this is on a loop. So after the loop's complete, I'm going to go right back to sitting on that throne and forget all of this.
I assume.
Interesting. And then at that point, she immediately starts getting up and investigating the room.
You've awoken something that probably shouldn't have been.
Give her assistance so she can roll with advantage.
Yeah, Ramirez. I am not one for political intrigue, but if you need an extra set of hands anywhere or any spells, I have a couple. Most of them are offense.
Can you bring a rope in next time?
He has a rope on him. I have this rope on me.
No. Keep one half of the rope outside, and then when you get pulled out, try and pull me out.
Oh shit! No,
Oh, God,
we're gonna
no.
release two. No.
No, no. No.
I am willing to try. He will.
No, God.
So conjure cover. Okay, it lasts till the cover's destroyed.
Yeah, so you have bought yourself several rounds. They
Yep.
are trying to take it down. Is there anything in particular Ramirez is doing right in the meantime? You still have like another round or two.
Not really. It's just like
From the outside, does it feel like he has been there longer than any of us at this point?
Absolutely.
Can I try and get in to see if I can join him?
As you get in, you're now in a different iteration again by yourself.
Fuck.
Have fun.
yeah, he'll just wait. I will be back. I will inform you with the simulation to start. Actually, what should I say to you to get you in this state again? Just it's not real.
That should be adequate. And if you just hand me the rope, then I can get out of here all that much sooner. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Or I
So
could ask what was told to her to get. I don't know.
he will yeah, he'll wait for the guards to knock it down and be like, all right, I'll be back. He'll hand Trevor hold this.
Real quick, because Reichard's still in the painting, and he entered the painting while you were in there and talking to Mitri about this. Reichard, you go in. You experience the same scene as you have previously.
Yeah, so he just get in and just say like, "Fuck, he's not in there." So I thought he'd like found something else. Hello, Mitria. Hi again.
Hello. Sorry again. Have we met?
I have met you in this situation before. I think you do not, because I assume the painting is enchanted and you're just relieving the same place, like the same thing again and again. And so far, we haven't figured out a way to break you out of it. I was thinking that solving the murder was a solution, but I guess not.
And at that point, you see her going through the realization of, so this is a simulation. I'm part of a simulation. I'm not real. This is part of an old thing. Right, that one man did tell me that. And then she pauses and stops.
Wait, what?
What man told me that?
What?
There's
She's
another man. He
nickname.
said he was part of the Vital Few. The same group that you're part of. Why do I know that?
You remember him?
It seems I'm breaking the loop somehow.
Ooh. Okay, cool. That's good. That's good. So yeah, our group is the Vital Few. So far, only 4 of us have been in here. There was me, Rykard.
Oh my god.
There's Ramirez. I believe that's the one you like just remembered. And we have had Trevor and Lacan. So far, we've established that it's probably someone close to the king that has killed them. And we're trying to figure out a way to get you out of here, I assume.
You don't know that part yet.
But yeah, the simulation reset every time the guards break the door. So I assume as soon as the door breaks, I'm gonna disappear, and we're gonna try to figure out a way to come back. And hopefully, you will remember more next time we get in.
Yes, it would be very helpful if you could possibly bring in a rope next time. And she gives you the whole plan of like bringing in the rope, reminding her of all this, so that way she can get out.
Yep. Okay.
All right. With that one, the guards break down the door, and you're expelled again.
Yeah, Ramirez
What?
would have.
Guys,
What if-
we need a rope.
Hold on. Hold on.
Ramirez.
What if you hand the rope to her now, or grab her hand before you're yanked out?
The same way that the knife disappeared when I pulled it out and got pulled out of the situation, I feel like
Just saying.
She somehow has to be willing to do this.
Just
Ramirez has jumped in. Does the rope hold?
Yes, the rope seems to be like there's like a ripple. So you're holding one half of the rope, and the rope goes to basically it is hovering in place, and there's like this ripple effect around the rope.
This is bad.
So the rope is connecting to the outside.
Cool. Ramirez will conjure the cover again. Oh, welcome, Miss Delmaneve. This is a simulation. Here's a rope. You asked me this before, Vital Few.
Okay, yeah, it does take her a couple minutes to like get a couple seconds to get through it all, but then she takes the rope.
All right.
Do you have like a signal for like tug like?
I guess Ramirez will try to stick his hand through where the rope is coming from.
That one you can't force yourself through.
Okay.
I mean, we are holding on the other side, so if you tug, I assume that like.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
If Ramirez tugs, then they'll feel the tug.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll
Then I
tug.
guess attach both of you and we pull.
Trevor has it tied to himself too, so he's like, really anchoring on.
Okay. Need a group strength check from everyone outside the painting.
Me too.
Ooh, strength's always my spot.
Not you because you're not there.
Okay.
Can I use charisma instead?
No, you cannot.
7. Fuck that! I have a +4 and still roll shit.
Can I use
Have Gazrel make a strength check as well.
Yep, doing that now.
God.
Okay, well, collectively, you are able to pull on Ramirez, pulling him out. The world itself seems to warp a little bit following Mitria, and it seems to grab hold of her.
Ooh.
She does seem a little bit perturbed by this one, as you guys are like being pulled between the two worlds. She says, I can work with this. I can work with this. I'm not Mitria Delmaneve, but I am smart as her. I am as capable of her. At least I can deal with. And then you are ripped apart. Ramirez, you're pulled out of the painting. The painting itself still seems to be normal from the outside.
Does
Alright,
Mitria's
that's what we're
expression changes in the painting?
Mitria, as far as you can tell from the outside, the painting still stays the same.
Fuck.
Okay, what if we link hands and try and go in together?
I
Or-
have lost Mitria in the in-between, but she is realizing that
It's Mitriarch.
Okay,
What if,
I
what
want to
if
try
we tie
something
the rope
else.
to something and then go in together and we all try and pull her out all at the same time?
Yeah, I was going to say, if we
Outward.
tie each of ourselves to the rope and we try to send 2 people at the same time in the painting, like to see what happens if we do that. Because I assume like the rope is supposed to stay connected between the 2 parties, but if we get parted into 2 different areas, we should see where the room links, supposedly. So I guess we can like try to like tie me and Jay, and we both go at the same time and see what happens.
We cannot force ourselves back through. Was one of the things that was mentioned. It's a matter of being
Well,
pulled back through.
Pulled out. Yeah, you're able to be pulled out.
Yeah, but worst case scenario, we can just wait for the cycle to reset, and then we'll be thrown out.
Yeah.
So we won't be stuck. It's just like to test and see.
But then you won't be able to contribute to the poll, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you have the highest strength here.
I do.
Yes,
Yes.
with the +4.
Okay, I guess I'm saying it outside then.
I know you rolled the worst, but you have the highest strength.
Next time, don't tell her you're a simulation. Just tell her she is trapped into a magical painting.
She's gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
still, like maybe it's
Why?
a mental thing. No, because like the way that she reacted when she was trying to get pulled out and then just like got sucked back in.
One day there's gonna be
So
a
maybe
water
I haven't escaped. Like, come with me.
Come with me if you want to live.
I have. I don't know.
Ramirez will hand the rope off and jump
What
back
happens
in.
what if I just shove the rope at the painting, but I don't like touch the painting? Can I send the rope through
Oh,
with like a letter, like saying like tie yourself off and we'll pull you out?
and tug. Yeah.
Yeah, like tug when you're secure.
So you put your hand in with the letter, which I'm just going to say that you have access to a paper and a writing implement.
Yeah, I can give that. I have that in my Dungeoneer's pack.
As you put your hand through, you can easily enough like pull your hand out. The painting still seems to be sucking the rope in, though.
Okay.
As opposed to when
Wait.
Ramirez went in by himself with the rope, there was just like the natural tension of him being there. This one, it seems the painting is actively trying to suck the rope in.
Ramirez will hop in with the rope.
Okay, with that one, as soon as Ramirez hops in, the rope goes kind of slack. It stops tugging on the rope. Ramirez, when you hop into the painting, it everything seems to be normal. The rope is just kind of lying there.
He'll do the spiel of, hello, Delmaneve, not Delmaneve. This is a painting magical simulation.
do you want?
We're getting you out of here.
Okay. With that one, again, it takes a couple seconds because this is all redoing it for her.
Mm-hmm.
She
Is she
try-
getting the memory back of in between?
Yeah.
Make a quick insight check.
Oh, he's great at that. 20.
Hey.
She definitely picked up on this a lot quicker.
Alright.
So she's starting to figure it out.
Last time you got kept in by the painting, but any ideas of how to counteract that?
At that one, she seems a little bit disappointed because that was, of course, her first plan. And she starts thinking the guards, of course, are beating down the door. And she seems to be getting frustrated as she's starting to think of the plan. And like with the 20 insight, you can tell she's getting frustrated because she can't think while there's the constant beating of the door. And then there's the scream. There's the sound of fighting outside, and then silence.
Well, that is new.
She actually seems a little bit taken aback by that one, too.
Try to open it.
What type of scream was it?
Like the
Was
sound
it
of
like a
guards
goose?
being brutally murdered.
Holy shit.
Okay.
ripple of
You'll think I'll hold the door.
Tie yourself to the rope real quick.
Mm-hmm. Because now the simulation is broken and you might be stuck in there.
You might be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay on the rope as well, and he'll just ready an action to fire with both peacemakers, just doing the classic stare down of the door.
Yep. So you're just standing at the door?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the door is still.
This gives her
She
time to
is-
think.
Yep, she is thinking, but you can tell that she's getting frustrated because she wants to know what the heck happened on the other side of the door, so she opens it. As soon as the door opens, you see the viscera. Immediately as you go through the whole thing of the door opens, you get shunted out of the picture.
Interesting.
That's
So,
new.
no thing happened, or the guards died.
Okay.
They're like
After-
being right at this point.
Mitchell wished for some silence. The door opening is the activation, though.
Question. Can we tie the rope to some piece of, not furniture, but like wall system? Like, I don't know, like wrap it between windows and throw and like attach myself through it so that I can try and pull me and Mitria out of it by sheer strength?
You can try.
Okay. I want to do that setup, tie myself in before I go, like let enough rope so we can also tie Mitria. If there's not enough rope, then we'll just pull another rope and like tie both of them together, and then like jump in.
Okay, you do that.
Okay.
I assume you go through the whole spiel again of trying to convince her, and then you get for the
Yeah.
plan of like trying to pull yourself both out.
Yeah, so I'll just jump in on the sake like, hello Mitria. You are in a magical painting, and you're reliving the same experience over and over again. We've tried a few different things so far, and the more we try, the more different things happen. Last time, the guards didn't actually beat down the door and open, they got killed out, but when you opened the door to check what was outside, the system got resetted. We tried to pull you out of it, but you seem to be stuck. I still want to try and pull you out with the rope, but we might have to be more creative next time.
Okay, she takes a moment to think of all that, and she says, "This is not going to work. We'll do it anyway. When it fails, do it again. Keep doing it. Please."
Okay. So I tie her up, I pull her out.
Ramirez will help on the other side since he's actually decently strong.
Can I like, because like last time, both of them independently like grabbed onto the rope. Can I like hold on to her as well?
Yes.
Okay, I'll try that.
And I'll say that we're working with the same strength score. We're doing with the new plan. As you're being pulled out, you do see for a very brief moment, a half of a second, the transition. Now you have seen the transition like flash before your eyes, but it was always so fast that you couldn't pick up on anything. For this one, it's taken over the course of like half a second, so you do get a glimpse of the mixture of the colors, the paint amidst a white void. There seems to be a shape in that brief glimpse, a humanoid shape reaching out for Mitria. Everything goes white. You're pulled through the painting. She's inside.
Okay. A humanoid shape. Okay, did it look like a duplicate of Mitria somehow, or is it like something completely different, or is non-descriptive because it was too fast?
You can do a quick perception check.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna try again, but I just want to like try to get everything I can while I can. Perception. Yeah.
For a 0, that was quick.
Flashbang!
Yeah. No worries. Okay, so I'll just tell what I just
Hold
to the group
Don't go
and
in
say
yet.
we need to keep on trying again. I feel like the simulation is breaking.
Hold on. An idea occurred as well. She might be in control of this. If she wished for silence, and it got silence.
Yeah, but that
And
also
maybe-
means she needs to wish to get out. And
I'm
given,
saying
like, the-
bring it up.
Alright, I'm going. As I'm also quite a quick draw, I can try to maybe shoot the person that is reaching for Mitria.
No, they're clearly trying to help.
How do we know?
No, wasn't the person like reaching to pull her back in?
Yeah,
It
what
was reaching for
direction?
her.
Oh,
All that Riker was able to see is that the figure tried to reach for Mitria.
Alright,
it
Ramirez
probably
will-
is Mitria or the
Might be the painter.
the one. We don't know this in these characters, but it might be the one that adopted her, the god.
Maybe. Ramirez will go in, do the spiel. Try wishing for some silence again. You may be in control of this entire realm, being the focus.
Okay, and do you tell her about like the plan to pull her out this time? Do you explain to her that this already happened before?
Yes, and that there is apparently a figure reaching for her.
Okay, she starts thinking through all of that, and she says, "So it is working. Okay, we need to try again."
Okay. Is
You
this
go
the theory figure, is it friendly? Should I shoot it?
Let it take me.
Okie dokie. Heals. Do the rope. Can I also make a perception? Hopefully better
Yes.
than a 0.
Yep.
12.
Meanwhile, Mitria in our real world is actively honing in her location.
So with a 12, it does seem to have a female form to it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's her. Okay, I'm
Okay.
pre-shotting something. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a piece of Mitria that has been locked away into the painting, and by freeing her, we're gonna restore that memory or like part of her life to her, and we're gonna make her stronger in the process.
Alright, so
Remember
pull
early
out-
on where Eric said this is something you guys might not want to solve?
No, he said there's something you might not want to miss.
Oh.
Am I right? Was that what you said?
Yep. This was a puzzle you did not want to miss.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Because
I
Mitria.
did not make any guarantee that there was no other puzzles that could not be broken.
Mhm.
No knives. Jay.
So far, we're trying really hard to break the thing.
Okay. But she didn't wish for silence on that one.
Correct.
Did she try even?
I mean,
She did not.
we're out anyway.
Nope.
So-
That she was pulled. She was kept inside this time. But she said that this is what she's working towards. You need to keep trying.
Okay.
Keep trying.
alright, we'll
I'd
just
like to go in
Keep doing it.
for once.
Alright.
I will try and be like, so I'll explain the whole thing. Hey, we're the vital few. You told us to keep retrying this. This is a simulation. We're trying to pull you out. Take a second to process that. But I think you're in control of this world. Can you real quick just wish for silence outside that door?
So she like thinks about it really hard. She keeps focusing on silence, and then you hear the clank of metal against stone, and then silence.
Thanks. I think we have a lot more time now. Do you need anything to think about? Don't open that door.
Right. Don't open the door. We have silence. According to you, we need to keep trying. That was the plan originally with my previous forms. If everything is going the same, yes, I may be gaining control over the inside, but that does not mean I'm able to break the prison. But I
No.
think my past versions are working towards that. And they need my help and possibly the help of other iterations of myself. So, I'm ready to add myself to the collective.
Shigoki! The
Before we
Shigoki!
do that, real quick. I know we're trying to break you out, but now that you have this silence,
Shigoki's paradox.
what are your ideas on possibly
Pile.
even solving this murder?
She wants to pile
What
herself to
happened?
the rest.
If I'm correct, and this is just a painting of something that happened in the past, it's possible that the murder is already solved. Or, regardless, this is all completely irrelevant. The only thing that matters is me getting out of here.
If this was a capture of a memory in the past, though, if we find you in the world, would that not have the holding answer?
I
What would
suppose if
escaping change?
the real me is still alive out there, you can maybe ask her, assuming that this mystery was solved in the first place. But again, that's all up to you. If you want to solve the puzzle, you can go ask her yourself or anyone who did. Only thing I'm concerned about right now, since none of this is real and I don't have to worry about getting captured by the guards, is escaping the prison I'm already in. I'm asking you,
Okay.
please help me.
Okay, we will. One more thing to try, because we're learning on this each time we do this. Google, I did not ask for you. One, one more thing to try. Since you seem to have control over this a little bit, is there some control you could exert to try and help yourself escape along with this rope?
I feel like that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
Could you create a force that pushes you along with?
That's what she's
That's what
doing. That's what the other things are.
Yeah. Like basically the one that is trying to reach.
Oh, I see what you mean. So
Yeah,
the figure is her other iterations.
exactly.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Alright.
the stronger
Uh,
she wills,
here.
the stronger it gets.
Hold on to this tight.
All right. And you go
I
through
will
it,
tell you
with this again?
Yep.
Okay.
Doug.
So, since you have actively tried this for 3 times, this time you see something comes back with Lacan. Has anyone ever seen the movie The Thing?
Oh god.
Oh shit!
Imagine
Jesus.
that, but made of paint.
Made of paint? Oh,
It
it's all
is-
perversion amalgam together. Fuck.
It is groaning. One of the mouths is shrieking. The extra limbs are being pulled into itself.
Yeah.
What the f is this?
Eventually, you see a woman stand up who seems to be covered in paint. The paint is slowly absorbed until it manifests as the Mitra you recognize from the painting.
Are you okay?
Trevor touches her to make sure she's not like goopy and gonna make a mess.
She is a little sticky.
He goes, "Ew, stay in
Is it
that."
like a surface of paint on it, or is like her physical form sticky?
So when he touches her, it's sticky as if she does have like this thin layer of paint on her, all over her.
Okay.
Okay. I guess Rykard will like extend his hand in front, like as to shake her hand and say, "Welcome to the real world."
She smiles at that and takes your hand. Thank you so very much. And she starts like moving and stretching a little bit as if her body's stiff.
Mm-hmm.
That was a puzzle that was hiding a magic item. Well, you didn't solve the puzzle, but you got me out, which I'd say counts for something. And she puts her hand over her chest and then forces her hand into her chest.
Gross. Cool, but still gross.
And she pulls
Is this-
out a spear the long way.
Ooh. Give me.
Yeah, I suppose that this is what you were looking for. And she hands you the spear. Just a sec while I find that stat block.
What
give me
are
the spear after midnight. Do, do, do,
Guys, I don't know if we should let this thing just roam. This is a
So what she hands you is the Bone Ash Spear. A Bone Ash Spear is a short handle and has been forged with the ashen remains of felled beasts. You gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls with this magic weapon. In addition, when you attune to the spear for the first time, and then again daily at dawn, choose one of the following options. You gain the listed benefits until the next dawn. Either Antelope. Your speed increases by 5 feet and your jump distance increases by 5 feet. While holding this weapon, you gain a +2 bonus to your AC against opportunity attacks made against you. Or
Oh, shit.
Elephant. You count as one size larger when determining your carry capacity and the weight of what you can push, drag, or lift. Furthermore, when you move 20 or more feet towards a target in a single line and then attack with this weapon, you have advantage on the attack roll. Or Lion. You can't be frightened while this weapon is on your person. In addition, you have advantage on ability checks made to identify or follow tracks.
Ooh.
So that is now the weapon that you have.
Can I have it, please?
Just the little grabby hands.
I have no bombs.
Gimme. Yeah. Okay. I assume I need like an hour to attune to it.
Yep.
Okay.
I would like to figure out what this paint figure is. If it's what kind of thing this is.
You can do an Arcana check.
It's a paint homunculus.
All the while, I will be asking her physically, like, "What are you?" Because you seem self-aware.
So, with this one, you actually, in your research, you did stumble across this is relatively new magic. The concept of a living painting. It takes a idea of a moment in time. The closer that the original painter was to that moment depicted in the painting, the more accurate it is to the event. However, it can also draw on accuracy just based on how well the painting is done. although, yes, the entities in there can be made aware of the fact that they're in a painting, due to the loop and the general limited intelligence of other entities, it'll just reset after the painting and the events in the painting reset. However, you're clearly dealing with someone with very high mental scores.
Mm-hmm.
She understands Rick and Morty.
It doesn't take her long. It takes her seconds to figure it out each time. Like, huh?
And
Yeah,
she
like-
kept getting faster every time.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Look,
So
Ramirez.
with that, do I know like what she's become now? Has this ever happened before?
This has absolutely never happened before.
So congratulations in possibly being the first to ever escape a living painting.
If this
But
real,
then again, you are a version of Mitra Demoneve, so
and if she's still alive, this might be interesting.
Oh, I asked her, does she know who painted her?
I do not. I was only made aware, I suppose, moments ago that I was even in a painting.
I thought maybe a memory might have come back to you of it.
No, I have what Mitria remembered, roughly, of the time that this was painted.
Your memories from like your whole life before this?
I remember
Okay.
my life up until this point,
Tried
for the
going
most
back
part.
into the painting.
Oh god, we just duplicated Mitria.
This is, to be accurate, this is Mitria from about 40 years ago.
holy shit.
Christ.
I mean, not that we would know that. Wait, maybe Rykar would know.
Yeah, you know that this is the painting was depicting an event that happened decades ago.
Yeah.
I
So I
will-
guess I'll
I'm gonna grab my
convey that
water
to her
skin.
that, like, yeah, we
Go
live
ahead.
like quite sometimes in the future of whatever you remember until then. Plus, I don't think we're even on the same continent that she was at the time, right?
So she'll explain that was Western Shalgal, so that would have been on the far side of the Merlin Mountains. So technically the same continent, but you're separated by like 1,000 miles.
Yeah, so I'll just give her like a rough estimate of when and where we currently are.
Yep. So she knows that she is technically back home in Trasm, where she was born and raised, and that she has about 40 years worth of stuff to catch up on.
Hmm.
I'm gonna pull up my water skin and, like, with her permission, be like, can you hold out your hand? I'm curious if we wash away some of this.
I would appreciate just a single drop if you don't mind, as she presents her hand.
Sure. I'll try and go as little bit as I can.
All right. You sprinkle out a couple drops. She kind of winces at that one, and she pulls her hand away, like not jerking away, but it does clearly hurt her like acid. And then you see her like concentrating what you melted away from her does rapidly reform.
So you're made of paint. Interesting.
Spit on her.
No. It just scientific process over here.
So, the same way that vampires should stay away from the sunlight, I would recommend staying away from bodies of water altogether.
I'll agree on that one, at least until I can create a sort of exoskeleton of myself.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
You
Trevor,
just released
you're a bit-
someone with unnaturally high mental scores. You had to expect that this was going to happen.
We're
I
gonna have a
was
fucking
concerned about
Iron
it,
Man
but
with- She's gonna make a
Flashback to when I said maybe we shouldn't release this powerful being.
As soon as Mitra gained sentience or gained awareness, Ramirez was getting this person out because she was a prisoner in the painting.
Remember how I said I originally wanted Mitra to be the BBEG, but you gave him attached to her?
I mean, that's one way of giving you a BBAG, yeah.
So now I can bring her back later.
The only thing is that would be kind of that would be kind of crazy that the way that we kill her is the same way that you killed the Wild Witch of the West. Just make her
Water.
melt.
Again, you're
what if-
assuming that she can't find ways around this.
She'll
She's
build
smarter
something.
than you guys are.
Oh yeah,
What if we
definitely.
just throw one on her right now?
For me, personally, everyone.
Do you want to fight her?
No.
No.
Not yet.
No,
We'll die.
If If anyone with Ramirez's insight, if anyone is thinking hostile, like is making hostile kind of motions, he's gonna glare at them.
It's also, we don't know Mitria in this party. So out of character, we're like, fuck. In character, hey, awesome, welcome back to the world.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, I
from,
think
I assume from what Rykard knew was like, he had basic noble knowledge of like, you should not trifle with this woman because you might end your entire bloodline if you like get on her wrong side.
Or extend your
Which was-
bloodline.
which was very powerful.
It's been 3 hours, Eric.
Yeah, it's 12:30 for me, so I still have another 30 minutes.
Okay.
Thanks for the heads up, though.
So, that being said, we should be friendly with this one. I'm going to offer a hand and be like, pleasure to meet you. I am Lacan.
Pleasure to meet you. As far as I'm concerned right now, I am Mitria Delmaniv, although I should probably find an alias and maybe even a new face. It's a shame, though. I've grown quite attached to this one.
Mitri aren't.
Michi aren't. Out of
Trevor,
curiosity, are you gonna
easy
see
'cause, like,
yourself
Regular face.
or try to stay away from it?
I feel that my original and I can come to an amicable understanding. However, there is the possibility that she has changed in the past 40 years, so I shall do some research beforehand.
Would she still be alive? Sorry, would she still be alive?
I have a suspicion that she should still be alive, even if she is not quite as attractive as I am anymore.
It's been 40 years. That's a long time.
True, but I am only 30. I wouldn't put it past myself to live to a ripe old age of 70 or more.
Yeah.
So she is
Yeah.
indicating that she doesn't know that she ages unnaturally slow yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, not that our character.
I'm trying to get some clues out of her.
So it probably means something happened between then and. I mean, like, it must have been something happening, but you know. We'll see.
I would inquire like into like her story, but these characters don't know.
Well, she would
Yeah,
also
I-
like point out that she doesn't remember like a huge amount of detail about her life in particular. It's more about kids and people she's met. Because remember, despite the fact she may be the most interesting woman you have ever met, she finds everyone else infinitely more interesting than herself.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. So where do you want to go on from here?
Well, what would be the nearest town to here?
Fuck, I forgot the name of the town.
Millstone.
So we're currently near Millstone.
Interesting. I happen to grow up in the small little orphanage outside of Greenflower.
Trevor goes, me too.
Well, in that case, you and I should have tea as soon as I make my way back to town.
You
Would
scout.
you like to accompany us?
The tea might kill you.
That is a good point. Good linking out. Well, I can still join you for crumpets at the very least. No, actually, I think I'd rather leave the rest of the tower to you, let you get about your business. I've never been much of a fighter myself. And I'll probably see you in Millstone. In the meantime, I do have to make up for a rather light purse at the moment, if you understand.
Very well. I will see you around, friend.
I guess I'll just hand her my fine clothing just so she can have like minimal protection because I assume she looks clothed, but like it's actually her form.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you hand her your fine clothes. She says, I appreciate this. I'll make sure to pay you back once I'm in town.
No worries. Just try not to melt yourself on the way there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I only have 2 gold, but someone could probably give her some gold and she's gonna be like quadruple it.
It's funny because you guys are acting like Like this is not the smartest woman alive.
She is.
Like,
That's exactly
here,
why.
have some money.
You turned like 5 gold into millions.
Yeah. Do you need the money? Do you
Here,
need
invest in this
snackies?
little startup. It's called Netflix and Amazon. I know
Yeah,
they're nothing
I guess-
now, but just wait.
Yeah, I guess I'll give her also 10 gold just so she can get herself situated.
All right, then. You do so. She thanks you, and she lets you guys return about your business.
Yeah, Ramirez will tip his hat and just nod.
He
All right.
pulls. Trevor pulls one of the perfumes out of the cloak of useful items and gives it to her.
Anything in particular? Because the cloak of useful items does have a finite supply of stuff.
Just one of the perfumes.
All right. She thanks you for that, and she carries on.
I think we're just... Nah.
Only a little bit. I'll be rolling on stuff in the meantime because, again, there was a chance you could have just gotten the spear by solving the mystery and just having at it. Because you decided to break it by bringing Paint Mitria out. Now I have to roll on some charts to see what exactly happens with her.
Arguably a better outcome.
I mean, real Mitra is around if it becomes an issue.
Yeah,
Like she said,
Oh,
They
she's
might join forces.
they might join forces. They might become antagonistic towards each other. Depends on what I roll.
so fucking cool.
At least
Both
this
of their
party is in good
really
graces with
cool.
her.
Mm-hmm.
Beef between
Does
the
anyone here
Matrias.
play Magic?
No, but like both can be really dangerous because you already have like potentially the smartest people that exist on the backwater at the moment that can like find a double and just like coerce herself with another of herself, which would be like a force to be
Let's-
reckoned with.
I'm imagining they're
Let's point this out too. We've now given them a way of cloning themselves.
Self-cessed.
Do they
They
like
can figure out how to make these paintings and then break them.
Ah shit, that would create an army. Yeah, but you also need to have somebody that's like strong-willed enough to do that.
Trevor goes into the painting. Does the painting still work? Is he still in the painting? Like, is there a
Yes.
version in there?
Yes.
Oh god,
Is there
no,
still
stop.
Matria
No.
in there?
Trevor immediately steps out and breath weapons the painting, like stating that it's too powerful to be left like to its own devices.
No, but wait, like was Mitria still in there?
Yes, Mitra is still in there. The painting was playing out exactly as it was beforehand.
imagine if
Fuck.
Mitria goes in and like unleashes more Mitrias.
Yeah, but wouldn't she like be trapped again in there?
Or she coerces
What
I
if-
imagine
somebody
she can't go
else.
in herself, but we could just keep making more Mitrias, and this is a really bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or somebody else could, because we already messed it up, so it's probably easy for her to be pulled out the next time. You know?
You might be screwed. I'm just gonna say that now. Let's let it play out. What happens?
Honestly, I
Good
kind of want
to-
to keep the painting. I know we don't have a bag of holding, but like I want to hold on to it.
Well, it's big enough to eat us. It's a pretty big painting.
And so Trevor destroys the painting.
I mean, does anyone object?
Rationally,
You may be
you're
scared
right.
that more could come out. You also don't know if that's the only way to beat her.
Oh, like sending
Yeah,
her back?
'cause think about it. That could also be a really good way of trapping her. Like you just drop the, like you just drop her back into it, and like you just trap her in again. So, but
I might be trying to give myself enough so you guys have a way of killing her that's not just a TPK for you, or I might just be leaving myself a back door open to make her stronger if I need be.
yeah,
Roll
either
those
way.
dice, guys.
I'm willing to play. We need to keep the painting.
I mean, I don't. Who can carry that painting?
We need a bag of holding. We don't have that.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty
I don't
big.
know.
I don't know if it's in a bag of holding.
It's currently in a
bag-
pretty well guarded tower.
Not that would prove any difficulty for an equipped
I mean,
Mitria.
Us stooges that were cutting up paintings and stuff made it through the puzzles. I think I think somebody else could.
Possibly.
Don't I have a bag of bones where I can put stuff?
Now, granted, it will be relatively easy for Mitri to get back in here, but also it'd be very easier for her to take the painting from you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not Trevor. Who's the tower person again?
Spencer.
Spencer. Another standard name. Spencer, are you here?
No, he is not. That's the whole point. Is you guys have not. He has not been seen for 5 days, so you were sent in here to investigate what happened to him.
No, but I guess you would ask the empty room to see if an hologram would respond.
Trevor gives the painting to the dragon to watch. Trevor brings it with him. And he's going to ask the dragon to guard the
Can
painting.
we carry it with us the whole time, or do we want to come back down for it later?
I'm bringing it with me the whole time.
Because we're going to come back probably down this way. We could grab it then.
Yeah, but isn't
then-
isn't the painting version of her just standing right there?
The
She
one
left.
that you pulled out of the painting has left. The painting is still there. The painting is working exactly as you had left it.
But Demetria left
Yes.
the town.
Yes.
Yes.
I guess we can leave it then.
I mean, we're gonna have to go back down anyway at some point, so we're gonna pass it again. If it's not there anymore, we know we fucked up big time.
At least we're friends with this one.
At the very least, we
I-
have an intricate, knowing of the object, so worst case scenario, next down, I should be able to,
I'll leave
switch my spells for locate object.
I tell my dragon to guard it and to cry out if there's any problems.
Okay. I'll say that the dragon is going to be there until you guys get back, but for the sake of it, no one actually comes back to steal the painting. Mitria is leaving the building, and she is not coming back.
Mitri, Arn.
She doesn't know that this is a
Art.
duplication glitch, and she does not need to figure that out.
So far, we have two names for her. Chia is going for Mitri Arndt, and I'm going for Mitri Art.
Mitri art.
I like that one.
I like the Mitri art. I like
I will
the
say
Mitri art.
Mitri Arndt has a bit of a negative connotation that she might not approve of. As if her existence isn't valid.
Yeah. Chi is a valid painting.
We have messed up. I am just like, oh my god.
I don't care. It's a cool ass origin story.
It is. It's gonna kill us.
It also explains this whole campaign very well already.
Card.
What happened? I don't know. We kind of bumbled through.
Kind of like summoned a duplicate of a god.
Del Knight.
And we let it just wander free. Like we don't know what's gonna happen.
He's just a fucking HP printer.
To be fair, it's much easier to create a BBEG than it is to solve a simple murder mystery.
Hey, I'm sorry that Ramirez is a realist and doesn't bother with all this magic shit.
At least
I'm
your
sorry for
Madonna is-
engaging in your story in unique and interesting ways, Eric.
I purposefully left this as a backdoor option in here, knowing you guys could do it.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. You guys might.
Just dumb enough to try. This does have some horrifying implications for how powerful this is. But yeah.
I'm looking forward to running this.
All right, new
Finally-
campaign idea, guys.
Your first fully custom creature.
Hunt down the Mitria. New Half-Life 2 campaign.
We're just creating a new creature. How do you call that? Is it art thing? Like, is it a painting?
Paint you monkey lie.
I will have to re-enter Metria stat block anyway, so I will work on that one in the main backwater file and then add the paint Metria to that.
Oh, great. She's coming back to the main group.
Oh, definitely.
Well,
You're gonna
it's
see-
it's the whole backwater thing. Everything that takes place in backwater that I run is in that one module.
Yeah.
And so anything for 6 shooters, Blue Harbor, Everlands, it's all there. So
I will ask this one thing of you out of character.
Yes.
If she screws with the world in the other games, like the one you're running with your mom and stuff,
yes,
I'd love to know.
I absolutely will bring that up. I'm sure Brandon will too.
Oh, you're in that one too?
Brother-in-law.
Mm.
Yeah, he's just in the other room.
Mhm.
So you guys start hearing of another Metria and like things that are happening, and you're like, I know.
Mhm. The room that's actually on this hallway, we do only have 10 minutes, but I can get through them really quick. You go into the room. This is very clearly the lab that the artificer works in.
Is the
spread out-
musket in here?
Just a sec.
Or is the musket somewhere? Okay, sorry.
Yep. Spread out on the table, you will find around the workshop a wand of pyrotechnics, a perfume of bewitching, and 6 potions of healing. As well, against the far wall is a vault.
Ooh, a vault. Well, time to break in.
Is there any
Additionally,
holes?
you will find various notes, mostly notes about puzzles, including about how the ones in the living room were some of his earlier puzzles. He thought, yeah, it's easily break those puzzles, but who's gonna do that? and then he talks about the puzzles that he filled the other rooms in, and other adventurers broke those, so he replaced those with unbreakable ones. He decided to leave the breakable ones in the living room because no one even noticed that those were puzzles. So, he also does make mention of the fact that he did hide a magical spear in the Merchant's Guild Assassin's painting. He does make note that he does have to find a way to safely take that down and put it into the vault, because the subject of the painting does have a nasty habit of becoming self-aware.
Oh.
And that
she looked at the warnings before the spells.
It's like on the maybe on the frame of the picture, like, do not fuck with sentient painting.
Well, that's the thing. It's like he wasn't planning on his place becoming a dungeon just yet.
He had a whole message set up.
Yep.
He was partially through his preparations. Everyone should add 1 potion of healing to their sheet. I'm gonna add a second one just because I can give out healing, but if I go down, no one else has healing.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else can take a second one as well. Or wait, no, hold on. How many of us are there? There's 6 of us. Never mind. Each one is 1.
And he did make mention that the items in the vault are a bit more powerful than the stuff that he would normally hide behind the puzzles, and so he has to find some good way of storing those properly.
I mean, our party inventory is a good way of storing these.
Yeah, it's a great way.
Question is, how are you getting into the vault?
Ramirez is going to try to pick the vault open.
All right. You do say that there are 13 different combination locks on it.
Holy
All right,
shit.
we're gonna be here a while. Hold on. We have an item for this, don't we?
Yes.
What item? The key?
The locksmith's bane that Ramirez has.
I mean, there's 13 locks, but you gain a +3 bonus on ability checks to pick open a lock.
No, he said
You
there's
roll
13
1, though, it casts
combination locks. So that's like 13 different ways that you have to properly set in order to open the vault. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's
I
a
will say-
combination.
I did say that this was fast, and this is a pseudo puzzle that I put in explicitly for Gazrul to solve. You see Gazrul looking at the vault door, and then he starts running his hand along the wall. He walks to the far end of the room and makes a running charge and plows through the wall because it was made of very thin wood.
It's a fucking Dragon Age thing of like, this is the unbreakable door that nobody has ever been able to break. Dig around the wall.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's some percussive problem solving.
There you go.
Ramirez is over there, like, lock picks in the door, like, God damn it.
I want to see what I would have gotten. A 12. I've got +9 to lockpicking right now.
So let's go down the list of what all everyone gets.
Yeah.
First off, you get a Staff of the Woodlands. Requires attunement by a druid. This staff has 6 charges and can be wielded as a magic quarterstaff that grants a +2 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls made with it. While holding it, you have a +2 bonus to spell attack rolls. While holding the staff, you can cast one of the spells on the following table from it using your spell save DC. The table indicates how many charges you must spend. You can cast Animal Friendship for 1, Awaken for 5, Bark Skin for 2, Locate Animals or Plants for 2, Pass Without Trace for 2, Speak with Animals for 1, Speak with Plants for 3, Wall of Thorns for 6. True Form. Yeah. Additionally, you can make a magic action to plant one end of the staff in earth in an unoccupied space and expend 1 charge to transform the staff into a healthy tree. The tree is 60 feet tall and has a 5-foot diameter trunk, and its branches at the top spread out in a 20-foot radius. The tree appears ordinary, but radiates a faint aura of transmutation magic that can be discerned with a detect magic spell. While touching the tree and using the magic action, you can turn the staff into its normal form. Any creature in the tree falls when the tree reverts to a staff. Regaining charges, the staff regains 1d6 charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll a d20 on a 1, the staff loses its properties and becomes a non-magical quarterstaff.
What's the transmutation effect on the tree, or is it just this?
Yeah, that's just how you determine it's a magical staff instead of a normal tree.
Got it.
Additionally, you also get a magic halberd, a vicious halberd.
Ooh.
Every time you... Let's see here. This magic weapon deals an extra 2d6 damage to any creature it hits. This extra damage is the same type as the weapon's normal damage.
Does anybody want it?
I'm also adding for myself a belt of giant strength.
Do you have a list that you could paste? Because we're getting enough items that it's getting hard to figure out what's new.
It's in the item tab.
I know, I see them all, but it's just getting hard to see what's new, right?
Yep.
Okay, so is anybody against me getting the Vicious Halberd as well? No.
Go for it. I don't
can't
use
imagine
melee
so.
weapons.
I have
what?
2 weapons now, yeah.
Yeah, after I get done helping my mom with the drywall, I'll be posting all the magic items you got from the tower.
Sure. Thank you.
Yep. Additionally, Jay, here's your musket, the Serpent Rifle.
No!
This coiled silver serpent is wrapped around the barrel of this musket. When shot, a line of green twisting smoke billows behind the fired bullet. This weapon uses 2d6 for its damage dice instead of a d12. It also deals an extra d6 poison damage to any creature it hits. When you deal damage to a creature using this weapon and roll at least 2 1s on the dice, the target is poisoned until the end of its next turn. A creature that becomes poisoned this way takes 2d6 poison damage at the start of its next turn, unless it ceases to be poisoned before then.
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes. Alright.
And finally, you find a deck of cards. Chia,
Oh,
are
no.
you
No!
listening?
Oh no.
Tia is away. Maybe. Yeah,
Because
Tia
this
is
deck
away.
is specifically for her.
You got a deck of cards for you. Do you want to come listen
No.
to what it is? Come.
Trevor would be likely to just like pull a card without even knowing it does something. Just like look at it.
Just hold on.
It's not a deck of many things.
Oh, it's the deck of illusions.
Nope. It's something I made specifically for Chia.
No. Gonna say Trevor will take one roll out of ignorance. Like, what is this?
Yeah. Well, do we want to move on and come back to that one?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this was the last one. I specifically saved it for her
Yeah.
because it's the best for last.
Can you hear or no?
We can wait.
Okay, I'm just gonna cut
Yeah.
my mic and bump up the sound so she can hear.
Okay. Okay, so the deck of cards is the Clow cards. Gia, you now have the Clow cards as a deck. Deck of cards, rare, requires attunement. As an action, the one attuned to the deck can draw a card of their choice and activate it. Once a card has been activated, it loses its magic and becomes a normal card. Once the last card has lost its magic, the deck regains its power and 10 die 10 years. Spells cast from this deck have a spell save DC 15 and a +7 attack bonus. The arrow card. You fire a magic arrow that automatically hits your intended target, dealing your proficiency bonus times 10 force damage. You got it because I opened a vault for you, Gia. She is freaking
Okay,
out
you
in the
didn't
chat.
open the vault. You broke through the side of the vault.
Whatever works. The big spell, you cast Enlarge as if through the Enlarge Reduce spell. Bubbles, you cast Featherfall. Change, you cast Polymorph. Cloud, you cast Fog Cloud. Create, you can manifest a single mundane item. Dark, you cast the Darkness spell. Dash, a creature's movement speed is doubled for the next 24 hours. Dream, you cast Dream. Earthy, you cast Meld into Stone. Erase, you cast Dispel Magic or Remove Curse. Fight, you cast Haste. Fiery, you cast Fireball. Float, you cast Levitate. Flower, you cast Plant Growth. Fly, you cast Fly. Freeze, you cast Cone of Cold. Glow, you cast Fairy Fire. Illusion, you cast Major Image. Jump, you cast Jump. Libra, a character's alignment becomes true neutral for the next 24 hours. Light, you cast Daylight. Little, you cast the Reduce side of the Enlarge Reduce spell. Lock, you cast Arcane Lock. Loop, you cast Counterspell. Maze, you cast Maze. Mirror, you cast Mirror Image. The Mist, you cast Misty Step. Move, you cast Telekinesis. The Nothing, you cast Anti-Life Shell. Power, when cast on a creature, their attacks deal twice their maximum damage until the start of their next turn. Rain, you cast Conjure Minor Elementals on yourself or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. The damage type is cold, so you conjure Water Spirits. The Return, when cast on a creature, for the next minute, the creature can choose to teleport back to the location where they started their turn. Sand, you cast Move Earth, but it only affects sand. Shadow, you summon a shadow within 10 feet of you. It is friendly to you and your allies, but will become hostile if any of you harm it. It lasts for 1 minute or until it reaches 0 HP, at which point it disappears. Shield, you cast Shield. Shot, you cast Swift Quiver on yourself or a friendly creature you can see within 60 feet of yourself. Silent, you cast Silence. Sleep, you cast Sleep. There's a small typo there. Snow, you cast Sleet Storm. Song, you cast Irresistible Dance. Storm, you cast Storm of Radiance. Sweet, you cast Charm Person or Charm Monster. Sword, you cast Mordenkainen's Sword. Through, you cast Passwall. Thunder, you cast Thunderwave. Time, you cast Time Stop. Twin, when you cast on a creature, you create an exact duplicate of that creature as they are. When you activate this card, the duplicate appears within 5 feet of the target and lasts for 1 minute. When either iteration drops to 0 HP, that iteration vanishes in a puff of smoke and the remaining one is the true version. Voice, you cast Sending. Watery, you cast Create Water as though through from the Create or Destroy Water spell. Wave, you cast Destructive Wave. Windy, you cast Gust of Wind. Or Wood, you cast Bark Skin.
God damn it. Not to you, Eric. Just Gia.
The big question is she allowed to stack the deck?
I mean, she can pull out whatever card she wants at any point.
Oh, that's crazy.
You get to activate it, so it's not like a random draw thing.
Chia says this is the best poopy session ever. Thank you, Eric. Soccer can do it. Yep. You're welcome, Chia. I thought you might like it.
Almighty Lord.
So, with that one, I hope everyone had fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm terrified of what we have done, but
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
terrifying.
Trevor's just like la 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 la. We helped the paint lady.
Mm-hmm.
Totally just created a paradox. That's the whole time while y'all were doing that, I was thinking, time paradox. Oh my god, this is gonna turn into some Doctor
Who.
yeah, Doctor Who type situation.
I do have a question about the staff.
Yes.
Some of the spells, like Awaken, have a material component that has a cost to it. Do I still need that material component?
As far as I know, no.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
it's
will
a
be
very powerful
awakening a
magic
lot
item.
of bushes.
Go for it.
Not specifically bushes. No, it's not for that joke, but just I can awaken plants now.
Yep.
Like any.
It takes 8 hours to do it, so when we're sitting around downtime, yeah.
What race are you? Are you an elf?
Human.
The cool race.
I was gonna say if you're an elf, I guess you can kind of do it like in the morning or like late at night.
He's just a normal guy.
Yeah, it's a long time. Guess while Trevor's getting drunk at the bar, you could be sitting by your bush.
Well, I mean, I can keep casting this thing. I just need the time.
Yeah.
So basically, I mean, I'll post a spell if I can. I'm gonna actually import it into my sheet so I can. Oh, that's not where that should have been. Sorry, Eric.
In the meantime, everybody say bye to Craig.
Back Craig.
Craig.
Not crazy.
Bye, Craig.